Give me a second here. I'm gonna turn this down just a tiny bit for the moment. And turn it down from my end here. Hey everybody, it's been a long time. It's been over a week, God. I just glanced over and saw something. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. You may notice, oh, this might help a little bit too. I've got a mic arm now. Kind of see where it's going on. So yeah, no, that sounds a lot better. So hey everybody. First couple things to go over. First, hi, how you doing? Been a long week. The heat wave we went through was brutal, to the point where it was affecting my computer. To get an idea of how badly it was affecting my computer, let me show you the game that I was playing until I had to go to another room that had better air conditioning. Basically, our upstairs was becoming an oven. And because of the way Big Red's been running lately, I was wanting to be very, very cautious because, as some of you know, and those of you who do not, follower Fright. No, I'm pretty sure that I said that this was not Steam World and Follower Friday. Hold on, let me make sure. How annoying. Hold on, I just want to make sure everything's correct on here. Yeah, no, it says that it should be. I don't know why it's saying it's something different. I am not streaming Pal World. Might need to figure out what's going on with that one, but as you know, because of the heat was warming up, and basically my Big Red is over 10 years old. Parts for probably a little bit newer than others, but the video card that I've had for the longest time, about the same 10 years, was very state-of-the-art at the time I purchased it, and has been slowly not been working since. What's been going on, basically was playing Resident Evil 4, and I tempted the fate saying, we are beating this game today. We are going to beat this game today, over and over and over again. Excuse me. Hold on real quick. I feel like I had something stuck in my teeth and didn't want to rub that out in front of you guys. Oh, no, we're not going live scene yet. Come on. Oh. Essentially, we had crashes. I was like, nope, I'm gonna push through it. Crashed the game, crashed my computer, and then on top of all that, let me adjust the camera here because I'm a little slouchy today. On top of all that, my second monitor, the one on my left monitor, stopped working. Thankfully, I've discovered that it was not the monitor itself, thank God, but it was actually, the bad news on that end was that it was, it means it's my video card. This is the first time in this week with the heat that the monitor has come on when I first start the computer 2 days in a row. So yeah, you can tell, like, obviously I'm a little nervous about doing anything overly taxing on my video card, and especially when it's hot, when it starts getting over 100, 90, you know, so it's over 90, when it's over 100, it is ridiculous. But the game I have been playing in that time has been Cookie Clicker. In fact, I can actually probably pull that up here, because why not? Give me a second. Because I've been playing it in the background. Even now, I'm like, it's an old school game. Why is it? Oh, hold on. First, webcam. Hey, we're gonna have the webcam on. And this gives me a good excuse as any to make sure that the capture's on. And the window capture. Most of I'm just gonna put this on because why not? Specific window, no. We have Minecraft available, but let's go ahead and pull up Cookie Clicker, because why not? It's here. And, ooh, is my... Interesting. I am... Oh, no, that is... Okay. I got confused for a second. I was like, why is it showing all that extra, like, bottom? And it's like, oh, well, it is on there. So, I've been playing this. Because, honestly, I've been very concerned with how my game's been running. Like, I didn't want to put anything super taxing on there. So I've just been kind of relaxing, and this is like a little bit of nostalgia childhood. Anyone, I think, who's ever been on the internet, grew up with the internet, knows this game fairly well. We were playing this one for the fun of it, like I said, and then once it was starting to get over 90 degrees, 100 degrees, I went back to I just basically would turn off my computer, go downstairs where it was cooler, and just been playing a lot on my Switch, which is part of my announcements today. As I said, there's big things happening. First and foremost, as you saw, and I'm going to pull this up, I now have a boom mic. Which is actually pretty exciting, because it's, I'm hoping everything's adjusted pretty well. It arrived yesterday. Today, it's not going to get set up today, because I don't necessarily need it. I'm just double checking my time. We are getting the lights. So I'd show you the lights, but that would blind you. It's basically, I'm using just a simple lamp just for some brief lighting, but I got some professional lighting recommended by another streamer. And I'm going to put this down a little bit more, just so I can have that, and you can kind of just see that the mic's right there, which is fine. I've got new lighting coming in, so this lighting's pretty fine. It doesn't bother me too much, but I wanted to have more professional lighting, because obviously I'm going to put my face on here more often, which is the plan. I want to have some good lighting on here, so it doesn't look like like I said, on my screen right here, doesn't look too bad, looks pretty nice. But also might seem a little too yellow. The coloring I have is a little off. That kind of stuff. You know, obviously, we've got lots of things going on there. The other big announcement, I've been talking about it for a week, and just saying that I basically had the money was put on hold. I was having to go through some things with my bank to get it resolved. We now have a designated replacement for Big Red. Big Red's retirement is officially starting. I am suspecting that we are going to be doing an inaugural introduction of everything on, not tomorrow, next Friday is what I'm hoping that'll be, is we're going to have a big Follower Friday celebration for that. Introducing on that one. This computer I'm having custom made. I went basic, I think it was CyberPower is the name. I don't have it directly in front of me at the moment. Actually, I can pull it up here. I'm reaching out to CyberPower PC, yes, to have them do a custom build for my computer. I love the case. This looks really neat. One of my stream kids has already named it. Sorry, I was going to do a contest for it, but it got officially named by one of my stream kids, one of the part of the Hellfire Gaming Mushroom Antics, got to name it, and we'll be introducing the name to everybody as well as to the computer at that point. But I am super excited about this. It does not, I had looked at Ironside before as a potential one to go with. I liked it. At the time I was having so much trouble with trying to get it to work. I got the order in through CyberPower PC, and then I had to work with my bank. Like, I thought everything was resolved. All the bank problems taken care of. Like, I was like, yes, I can spend it. I can get the thing I want. Apparently, I was not aware that I had a daily limit with my bank on how much I can spend. Most places have it. I've never heard about it. I've never had any issues with it prior to this. It was the first time I had this situation. Hey, Huge Toenail, thank you for coming in. First time chat. Hopefully you're doing well. Just doing some quick, easy things, quick little things to talk about, but hopefully you're having a good day. And that does remind me, I need to put the question of the day up, because I don't know if it'll show on stream. And we're going to go ahead and pin that. All right. So, hopefully, again, doing well. Just kind of going through some basic announcements, just kind of talking about the new things. The new computer is really the big announcement. Everything's been situated, confirmed. It is looking super nice. Thank you for the follow, TJ, and appreciate that from you as well, Toenail. The question is for everybody. I needed to. I had been starting to do a question of the day. For people in chat, because I want to interact with my chat a little bit more often. So it's a question that you can answer if you want to. If not, feel free to relax, lurk. Whatever you want to do, I'm here for. I'm no pressure for anybody on their end. But the question of the day is just for everyone in general. Going over, it's like I said, looked at Ironside, was having trouble bank-wise. Like I could not realize I was having trouble with it. CyberPower PC is the ones doing my computer, because they came to me and then everything was confirmed, taken care of, situated, and I'm gonna sit up just a little bit now and actually adjust my headset too. It ended up being just basically a really big hullabaloo that I ended up having to go to my bank and getting fixed, and then finally got the order through with CyberPower. The big announcements I have for this one involving the stream are going to be that with the new setup, I actually have access to a lot more things. One of the things I had them add to it was a video capture card. So we are looking at right now, that means Switch games. We're going to be adding in some other games to our rosters of normal things we play. I don't want to get into a set pattern with things. Like I said, typically Minecraft Mondays are still going to be a thing. We're playing Minecraft today, just because it's retirement. I still have my goal of finishing my fortress, either getting it just fully connected or getting everything to at least level. I want to try level 4. 4 would be nice. I don't know if I'm gonna get to level 4. I think right now maybe most things can be level 3, but I still have that goal in mind. And with everything going on, I want to take it easy on my computer. Don't want to do anything too overtaxing. But following, like I said, likely the new computer is going to be set up on Friday. We're going to have a new camera. We're going to have 2 new cameras, actually. No problem. Take your time. Again, it's more of just a question for things like, games that I think deserve more stream time are games I'm going to probably be playing on my end. But I don't actually have a question for that one either, because the original question I was going to ask is what game that you love that everyone generally hates on. I have an answer for that one, like a game that or it's like a game that you don't think is as bad as people say it is. But I was like, that one feels so general, and this one hit me a little bit more. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate that. I am trying to get it to grow, and that's kind of what I was talking about here, is that we're doing, like, the new computer is supposed to be arriving technically Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm hoping Friday we're going to have the new setup. There's no way you found me on TikTok, TJ. No offense. I do not use TikTok, and I have not had anyone do any shorts on there. If you say you did, I mean, if you have a link to that TikTok, no, if you have a link to that TikTok, I'd love to see it. I somehow doubt that anybody would be able to mock me on TikTok. I am not that well known yet. Not that I'm trying to doubt you, it's just that I've had that line before from people who are like, yeah, no, it's like, they're saying, but I think you're pretty cool. You know, do you need any artwork done? It's like, and in my channel, one of my things I do say is like, it's like, I don't mind if you want to share your art stuff. You're more than welcome to share your art. I am not currently expecting commissions at the moment. I am kind of focused on getting the performance level up before I start looking at artwork. But What size ears do I have? I don't know. I always thought I had big ears as a kid, but I don't think it's like so. I used to have big ears, kid, but it's like that was because I was always in like when you were wearing hats and stuff in Scouts. I always kept mine all the way down, so my ears like pressed down on the sides, so it looked bigger than they were. They look regular to me too, but like I said, over on that part, it just like overall thing is just like never. I don't like everyone finds ways to sound conscious. I'm like, I never. I will tell you. Do I speak Swedish? Nope. I really wish I did because I do actually have a friend in Sweden. And in fact, that's the person who has done my artwork in the past and is currently working on the channel, like on the Twitch channel's banner and an actual official avatar piece. She's working on that for me. It goes by Benji. God, I cannot. Chanri is thing. I'm like on YouTube. She has Chanri's Corner, which is fantastic. She actually speaks really, really good English. But I feel like I should have learned some Swedish by this point, just to be able to talk with her more. But yeah. So kind of getting back to where I was. The new computer is not, like I said, I was thinking about going Ironsides because they were offering a 96 gigabytes of RAM versus the typical 64. And I was like, okay, more RAM's always good. They were offering 16 gigabytes of solid state drive space. This one's going to end up being just 8 gigabytes for this computer, but it's going to have a video capture card, which I have been wanting forever. So we're going to be able to play console games. Right now, that means we're going to be looking at the Switch, which I am super excited about. I've been wanting to do some Nuzlocke. I've been wanting to do some retro games, and Nintendo's got a few of those classic ones. I've been off-stream, been playing a heck out of Metroid Dread again, and I would love to do a full series thing on that. Because again, Metroid was a big thing for my childhood. And you know what? Actually, I will say, this answers my question. I think Metroid could use a little more love. There are very few games. Has GTA 6 been released yet? No, it's not been released yet. They have not given an official date. They are saying sometime next year. The rumor is fourth quarter, so a lot of people are assuming around Christmas time they'll be bringing that out. I don't have any official, like I said, I don't have any official capacity with Rockstar or anything else like that. I am not actually big on news. I read what I can, but yeah, Grand Theft Auto 6 is one I'm very much looking forward to. Because I very much enjoyed the series. I'm very curious to see where they take it. Because kind of like you could tell like there was with like the shift from the games and stuff. It might. Okay, yeah, so it might release on PC a year later. I don't know. I feel like there is, so if we're talking about Rockstar real quick. Rockstar has not shown the PC as much love as it had in the past. Grand Theft Auto 3 was a really big game. I think it was meant for the PC originally. Do not quote me on that one. I don't know for certain, but it was very much came out like very early 2000s. I don't have it right in front of me. Grand Theft Auto 3 came out. And TJ, no, don't need to tell him to shut up. Like, I mean, don't jinx it, as I think what TJ's meaning, but don't tell people to shut up. It's just one of those things like, there is that concern because Rockstar has, with Grand Theft Auto 5, they have done a next-gen update for PlayStation 5, you know, and then the Xbox Series X have all gotten a generational update where they've added better graphics, they've added more races, upgrades to vehicles, animals have been added in. But the PC has not. And it could be due to piracy. I think it's more that it's due to the hacking issues because when it's a console, consoles are a little bit harder to have hackers in. It's not impossible, but it is a little bit harder because it is not an active system. So it's easier for them to control hackers on there versus the PC, where there are people who can literally you can get a program that will let you like break the game so you can cheat for the Grand Theft Auto Online, and I think it factors in part of the way with that is that with the being able to hack the game, you can potentially hack the money, and if you are smart about it, you could possibly not get caught. So they might have kind of abandoned that. So I could see the thing about anti-cheats, and I'll get to that in a second. So I could see the theory about people saying it won't come out until a PC until like a year later. Being a thing because of the whole thing with the cheat programs. But yeah, anti-cheats. The thing about anti-cheats is this: it's one of those things about like the same thing with viruses and anti-hacking. You can develop a foolproof anti-cheat, but someone like whether it's going to be a day, week, month later is going to develop a workaround to that system. I grew up on the age where it's like again, I am an old guy. Like gaming stuff, like you don't hear a lot of people doing a lot of the piracy stuff as prevalently as it was in the past because people developed a lot of anti-cheating programs. But when it was the highest, people would be like, "Oh, anti-cheating? Oh, you need a CD key? No, I got a generator that'll fix that and overwrites it in the system. Fix that. Oh, you need to have specific codes? Oh no, we can get those for you." I don't look old. I am very flattered by that. It's more that you can't see the sides. I am in my 40s. I am older than Nintendo's NES. I am not as old. I'm not as old as Nintendo. Thank God. That's thing. I caged you guy for 50 minutes once. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, so yeah, like there's that. Like there's things like that. And like even I play with my friends from Hellfire Gaming on Grand Theft Auto Online. And we have times where it's like, a lot of times it's not a big deal. Like the worst thing I think I've gotten there right now is, besides people being invincible jerk faces and bringing in undestroyable vehicles to run people over, it's been people like will teleport me to a top of the mountain so they can watch me dance in their Sasquatch outfit. You know, like that's the kind of thing. But there are things like people who use hacks to break heists. There's some people who will exploit things to do heists, and it's like, whether you want, like, there's the official line that Rockstar gives. I love that too, you know, and I won't admit, like, I appreciate that sometimes it is funny. It gets annoying at points when people jump in the game and like are just purposely running people over and destroying stuff. I feel like at that point it's like I mean that is one of the big things that you have in Grand Theft Auto and Grand Theft Auto Online. Sometimes you just want to drop into one of your vehicles and be a menace. I acknowledge that. That's fun. It was fun in the single player game. It's fun online sometimes, and I take that when I'm in a public game. I take that as that's the price to get on the ride. But I balance that as like, if I'm doing that, I don't care if I'm in a tank, I'm in one of the best vehicles in the game, or I'm just deciding to do this in a jalopy. I am still vulnerable. Like, if I'm in a tank, it's hard. You're gonna have a hard time killing me, but it can be done. So if I'm a big enough menace, someone's gonna take me out. Enough people will come and take me out. The hacking part of it, where they make themselves invincible, I have a problem with, because it's like, yeah, sometimes they just will sit there and harass people, mass teleport to you, like wherever you are, and just keep doing. It's like, I'm gonna pick this one person just for fun, and I'm just gonna make it so he's miserable. Which is the whole reason why they have closed friend sessions, closed crew sessions, because people are like, I'm done with that. I want to have control over this kind of thing. And like I said, I have no issue with that. My favorite thing, and I've been dying to do this, is I want to run a Grand Theft Auto Online segment on here where I do nothing, like go a public server and do nothing but cool, fun things for people, like letting low levels, get out my vigilante, get out my big fun cars, and let new players play with them. I don't know about that one. I am not taking, unless it is coming from Rockstar itself, I am not taking anything that anyone is saying or writing about the new Grand Theft Auto game being in there, because of that. And even then, like, even from official sources, I'm very unsteady, because Rockstar likes bad press. They want people telling horrible things about their games because people will play them. I would not, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of that, of things like, because Grand Theft Auto is already a very dystopian world. I don't think SA or the other thing in there are necessary. I don't think it's necessary at all. Like, why would it be? So my view on this is this. Everything in the game that you can do that is illegal, immoral, whatever, gives some type of entertainment or fantasy play of like, okay, you know, I do not like the drug selling in it myself. I have a brother who had a issue with drugs, but I get it. Like, being able to be like, yeah, no, I am a power, like, you can play as like Grand Theft Auto Online, a powerful drug lord, powerful whatever, adds that mystique. More than happy about that. Why I do not like to indulge in the whole non-consensual thing. I do not feel like that is a necessary thing. Like Sunito says, it's kind of ridiculous to have it in the game. Like, what would be the point of it? So, okay, I understand that, TJ. It's a world, yeah, but you see, those things, there are games that do that, and there are mods that can do that, I'm sure. But there's a line that shouldn't be crossed, like the $5 strip club thing. I mean, what have you? There is nudity in Grand Theft Auto Online. That is what Grand Theft Auto is. It's always been about kind of pushing the agenda. And I was kind of talking about that a little bit earlier. Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City were some of the most morally gray, because one, the antagonist for the first one doesn't say anything and is very much like, everything he does is just like, whatever, makes me money. With the exception of the ending, which is pretty cold-blooded. Non-consensual stuff, like, I think it's on the line. I would say that non-consensual acts is a little bit over that line. Because while it is fictional characters, it's, like I said, a lot of, like, if you follow the trends, like 3 and then Vice City, I've had characters who are very much like, I don't care. They're very, I don't know if sociopath or psychopathic is very good. They don't care. Like, they don't care what they do as long as they get money and power. But from that forward, like, I think, I don't remember if it was particularly with Vice City, if it had been because of things like selling cocaine out of ice cream trucks or things along those lines, that was over the line. You could see that, like, at least character-wise, the characters were not as morally gray or morally dubious, because after that was San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto 4, were all characters where they had lines. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a little bit of an outlier, because it's a lot of different characters. Like, it's, if you believe the theory of that Trevor, Michael, and not Vince. Oh God, no, I'm getting really mixed up. Trevor, Michael, and Franklin. There we go. Yes, I was gonna say huge toenails got him in the head there. Like, having dark story tones, I can understand. Like, I would say that, like, if they do like vigilante missions and seeing like stuff like that, if they want to add that kind of story to it, would be fine. But being able to SA, or, you know, I'm not gonna say the other word because of Twitch doesn't like it, to any non-playable character or things like that, you know what? That's not a flavor for a game that things like that's, like, at that point that would be an adult only game. And even that is okay. And I'm gonna just kind of put you off there. TJ, we're gonna stop that And actually, you know what? I'm not even going to tolerate it. Give me a second here, because we're kind of having an argument on this here. Because I do not tolerate that. Okay, this is your only warning then. I don't mind dark humor, but this is also a place for everybody. That is getting really close to crossing the line. And like I said, I have no problem. I have, again, this is supposed to be a safe space for everybody to come in, but things like that are very, very dark. And that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. Especially like sexual assault and everything else like that. I have quite a few friends who have been through that, and I can't, there's more people than you would think have gone through that as well. So, but yeah, I don't, like I said, we're gonna leave that one behind with Grand Theft Auto Online. 6, I'm hoping, we'll go back to the original question, I'm hoping the PC version comes out at the same time. I'm hesitant because it seems like Rockstar has kind of left the PC part behind due to the hacking issues and everything else. But yeah, let's go back on that. We're gonna actually go all the way back because we were talking about size ears. I'm just kind of seeing if there's anything I missed on here. Getting back to the original post, we're gonna be adding Switch games, and we're gonna be changing up some things, some lineup things for the series going forward. Today, like for right now, we're just been playing Minecraft until Big Red's retirement and their replacement for my computer arrives. One of the things we're going to be doing is, like, after that is Minecolonies are still going to be going through. Yeah. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have not determined anything. As you know, Follower Fridays are always still going to be a thing. Spooky Saturdays and Stardew Sundays are still there. But we have Way Back Wednesdays. So I've been wanting to do some more retro games, kind of show games that I grew up with and playing, and things that I loved as a kid, and kind of talking about that stuff. So that works for that. I have dabbled with the idea of a Trash Tuesday or Trash Thursday where I play really, really bad games, or games that are just really, really bad. Seen as publicly bad. We're talking like Alien Colonial Marines. I do not currently have a Discord myself. Unfortunately, TJ, that is something I'm going to be working on in the future as we get more people following, get more people interacting. If there's an interest in having people interact beyond my streams, I will be setting up my own Discord. But for right now, I do not have that. And overall, like I said, these are kind of the things I got planned out right now. And I'm hoping to make affiliate very, very soon. Once we do that, once we start seeing that coming in and start doing that, I'm going to start having open... what do I currently use? Oh, if you're talking about, I do have a Discord for chatting, but I don't generally give that out. I don't have a personal Discord set up currently, like for people to come in and join and chat and interact with each other yet. That is one of my goals. I just haven't had enough interactions on streams with people to warrant taking that time and effort to put that in, because I don't want to make something and then just have it sit there and be dead. But I appreciate that. But you can always chat with me on here. I'm part of why I stream and everything else is that I do want to chat with people and come in. I do take forwards to looking at this. If you'd rather just lurk, that is a thing as well. And I'm just gonna get through the announcements, and then we're gonna get into Minecraft. So like I said, Way Back Wednesdays, we're gonna do some retro gaming. I'm considering doing something with really like games that people, it's got mixed reviews on Steam kind of thing, or it is generally in the negative. Like I said, Colonial Marines, Alien Colonial Marines is one that I've been considering about doing. Yeah, I'm gonna play Minecraft today. I have modded Minecraft. It is actually why it's called Minecolonies, is that's the mod pack that I currently use. I've been working on this particular world since I've been kind of streaming, Started streaming off like around January-ish, maybe. But because I'm going to be changing out my computer and the world may not be able to transfer over, I'm kind of wanting to focus all on that and let my computer kind of have a rest for playing anything big. If you have a server where people can join, it would be 10. That is the goal, is I actually want to make my own mod pack of games that I have, like mods that I have played on Minecraft, make my own version of that, and then put that up and let people like have a server and do that. I have had some difficulty getting that set up because one, that's expensive. I've only just got some money squirreled away to actually get my computer upgraded, and that was more out of necessity. I've had to take some steps. Rest of the computer. No, okay, maybe not resting is not maybe not the right word for it. My video card is dying. It is basically it's video card's almost 10 years old for servers, and some of them have mod packs. Yes, that is true. I want to do my own mod pack, and then I want to get my own server, but I don't play on anyone's server right now. This is like, I want to be able to come into my world and kind of work on it. That is one of my goals. I want to get set up. If I get enough people interested in Minecraft coming in, I want to set up a server so that anyone can come in, join, have fun, interact on the stream as well. I love interactivity on the stream. Like one of my favorite things to do on here is using crowd control for a lot of games, and having you guys be able to interact with it. And I know a lot of people like to use that to get people spend bits, and I'm like, I try to keep that the absolute minimum. I give out the maximum amount of coins and you can get at the start and every half hour, so that you can have that. I don't have a, well, actually, no, I do have a Facebook. I hardly use it right now. I do have a Twitter account. I think that should be listed on here. Let me pull up. I hardly use the Facebook. I do have a Twitter account. Give me a second here. Because I believe someone else had gotten to the Alex Malik's name itself. I think it's like the real Alex Malik's. Let me see if I can pull it up just to confirm. And I use that way more than I use anything else. In fact, that's usually it. Actually, if you look below, there should be a connection to my Twitter account. It's supposed to be putting up my tweets, but I'm still working on that, and it might be one of those issues that I have where it ends up being, because I am not technically an affiliate, because I don't have access to bits or something else, I might have very limited access to how that particular app works. Which is why I'm trying to get to affiliate, so I can get to the point where I can have people come in. I want to do, I want to get I want to get my own little credit. I think they're currently set up as ducks. I want to get my ducks in a row so that you guys can have points to spend in the chat for TTS, for sound effects. I love interaction with people. I think it's fantastic in games. I think it's hilarious. I use crowd control for that reason. I want to make it as fun for you guys to be in here as possible, as well as chatting. Like, if you want to lurk, that's cool. If you want to kind of mess with my games, that's fun as well. I love that. For good or ill. Usually if it's getting too crazy and interrupting things too much, I will adjust pricing accordingly. But, and by pricing I mean the points for like the crowd control. But yes, but one of the big things I want to do is I want to get servers for games I play pretty often right now. That is, Minecraft is one I definitely want to do. I would love at some point to maybe get into Ark or some other ones. I am not going. I'm in the United States. I am not giving you an exact location. I'm in the northwest of the United States, but I'm not putting in specific particular locations. Mostly because it's just like I could tell you some stories from friends of mine who, not even streamers, like people who just played World of Warcraft. I know you were mentioning if I spoke Swedish. I thought that might be the reason. But yeah, no, Sweden's awesome. I have a friend, a very good friend in Sweden, who actually does my artwork. Would love to visit though. I understand that. I'm not like at some point that is another dream of mine that if I have enough spoons, resources to go like to a convention, not necessarily one in my area, I do want to do that, and I would love to meet people and followers. And I'm trying like I love that there's some streamers I absolutely adore, and I love the way they put it. Is I'm a huge fan of the Duck Goes Moo. He's one of the people who inspired me to actually do streaming more often. Yeah, Sweden is amazing. Like, I genuinely want to go. I want to visit my friend who lives there and who does the artwork. In fact, can I want to find that picture. I love, like, they originally did, this picture is like 10 years old, and they've only gotten better. They did it for my YouTube channel. I'm going to actually pull that up here. Give me a second. Back when I had darker hair. Let's see. I have to find it. There it is. Okay. This is currently she goes by Chanry. She has Chanry's Corner on YouTube. And I think she has some other names she goes by. But I'm gonna pull this up. Window capture is the one I'm looking for. Second. Okay, what kind of music I enjoy? I joke and say everything but country, but I'm like, I actually love all types of music. I think country, it gets, there's a lot of country songs I don't care for because I think it's more like the people who listen to country have kind of turned me off to it more than the country itself. Huge fan of music, love independent stuff. One of my favorite ones, and one of the reasons for I use Pretzel Rocks for my music stuff. No, so where I grew up in California, and one of the things I always say, like, country was always like, oh, country's so much more wholesome than that rock and roll stuff. Oh, it's like, it's so much better for the country. All this other rock and roll stuff's about death, and it's just like, the radio stations would sit that, and then they'd be like, coming up next, the song "Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy." It's like, you just made things saying that there's too much sex and drugs in that, and you're now done roll it up with that one. And I think the one that annoyed me the most was the song, I don't know if it's titled this, but it's like, good little girls become really wild women. I'm like, no, like the people who talk about being wholesome, like, no, it's not wholesome. Country music is pretty awful, and there are some great ones. The screen is frozen because I currently have, I'm not currently set up on my cookie clicker. In fact, I can go ahead and turn that off now. I was running it in the background more than anything else. What I wanted to do is pull up the picture that was made by my friend. She goes by Chanry. It also has her name on here from 2014. So yeah, this is a 10-year-old. Yeah, this is about when I was doing YouTube and upgraded my computer for the first time. Let me pull up window capture. All right. What I really want to see is, nope, I'm gonna have to do full display capture. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to show this real quick without getting too much on here. This was the original artwork she did for my YouTube page back about 10 years ago. Like I said, she's actually working on the commission for my Twitch page. She's going to do a little banner and stuff, like, and since I have changed as a player, I still love Mass Effect, Left 4 Dead, and I think this was supposed to be Dragon Age. But we're going to close that out again and go back to live. Overall, like I said, oh yeah, and she's only gotten better. So we're working on currently another one. This one I put up. Yeah, she's yeah, fantastic. I know that she does do commissions. I think she's really booked. I'm not entirely certain because she's been working on my commission for a few months. But I also asked her to work on something really special for this being my YouTube page. once it's out, I actually want her to build some overlays for my system for like, I want to do something for like when I'm starting, if I have to go take a break, collabs. But getting back to just the quick more announcements revolving the computer, what's changing on my stream, we are getting actually 2 cameras. The one that you currently have on mine is going to be my collab. Sorry, I'm gonna put in quotes. Collab cam. It's actually more going to be the kitty cam. Rammstein, I like some Rammstein. I have not listened to a whole lot of it. Generally, I put on some music in the background. I probably could have sat and listened to a whole album and not realized it. I don't listen to particular bands. There's not like, I can tell you some bands I absolutely love, adore, artists I actually enjoy. But when it comes to like, if it's like, who's your favorite rock person? I don't know. Like, I will say I do enjoy a lot of the covers and original music from comedian, kind of like funny people. Oh, that does sound awesome. I have no doubt that there's a lot of pyrotechnics of Rammstein. Oh God, I'm mispronouncing that name so badly. Absolutely. I am not a huge concert person. I generally had a lot of claustrophobia issues growing up. I've kind of gotten over a lot of them. Oh my God. Yeah, no doubt. That can happen. That's why you gotta be very careful about like stage stuff. Like I always made the joke that if I hadn't started losing my hair, if I was going to a concert, I would go without any type of like hairstyling because I didn't want to light my hair up and have what happened to me happen to Michael. Like what happened to Michael Jackson happened to me, or in this case, like as happened to TJ's sister. But yeah, I've not gone to an official concert. I would love to go to some concerts. For particularly not necessarily like Rammstein. Like those ones are really big, and I think those performances would be amazing. But usually when I go and listen to music, I like to immerse myself, and it's really hard to do that when you have people next to you. That's fair. I was saying more or less in the sense that yeah, no, I mean there is some big issues, but mostly I was saying is that for a Pepsi commercial, his hair got lit on fire due to pyrotechnics. That was what I was more or less comparing myself to in that one. It's like I didn't want to get my hair lit up. And it's actually happened to a few more, I think, celebrities too. Like they've had their hair like catch fire because of pyrotechnics and the amount of like hair product that was put in. Yeah, when we're not going to talk about CPSA or Michael Jackson in any way, shape, or form, because getting back to that, music, I can tell you, I find, like I said, I like all types of music. I will tell you, like, if you ask me, if you had me sit down and put a gun to my head and ask me what my favorite artist would be, I would say it would be Weird Al Yankovic, because I like clever lyrics. I like funny lyrics. I like hilarity. Some of the bands I listen to a lot, Miracle of Sound, and you will hear their music played on my stream very often because it is one of the reasons why I got a license with Pretzel Rocks is to play the music because of Miracle of Sound. He has fantastic coverage and range. Gavin is his official name, and he has some amazing songs. And he plays them for various video games. He's made a couple other songs based on his heritage of Ireland. I'm hoping it's Ireland. I'm going to feel very, very embarrassed if it's not. Ninja Sex Party. I prefer to just call him Dan Avidan. But it's that band. I love Dan's singing. This lovely song. Oh, Korn. Korn is, my brother loved Korn. I know a few of their songs. It's not like I go out, like I don't have an active band. Like there's some music I have like CD wise, but it's like most of the time when I put on something, it's whatever it is, I'm listening to it, I like it, it gets listed. So I have a variety of hundreds of songs. Like Korn is one of those songs. Metallica has a special place in my heart because again, my brother loved those bands. And my brother was actually learning how to play a lot of Metallica songs on his guitar before he, like, you know, before life kind of caught up with him. Unfortunately, he had to stop doing that kind of stuff. But music wise, I'm like I said, I don't have any preferences. Sometimes I like a good song. I don't care, like, if it has a good beat. It can be the absolute weirdest thing. I've had Dumb Days to Die stuck in my head because of my stream kids at Hellfire Gaming. Haha, TJ, haha. No. And I was just saying, it's like I don't mind adult humor, but it's, again, like, depending on who's in the stream, just make sure you're being appropriate. That's all I ask. But the overall thing is just like, music is like, I love all music. Music, it doesn't matter if music tells a story in and of itself. So depending on your mood or what mood you want to put yourself in, music is fantastic. I will say overall, like, if you had to force me to pick a genre, I would say probably video game OSTs, soundtracks. I love, genuinely, because like I said, that music is meant to help tell a story. Megadeth is a good band. Yeah, I like I said, I love some bands, like their music is great. Their vocals are not great. Sometimes the vocals are amazing and the band is awful. I have said that there are some songs that I like better from cover bands or people who've covered them than I have the original. I am not familiar with Decapitation. And I'm assuming that's a band and not something else where we have to give you another warning, TJ. But getting over some things, I was mentioning camera, where I'm getting an updated camera. This one is not going away though. This one's going to end up being my kitty cam. So whenever my cat decides that she's bored and wants to kind of hang out, Danish band. Okay, just wanted to make sure, because I was gonna say, it's like it feels like because I'm new to streaming, I've watched a lot of streamers. I just want to make sure. I'm like, it doesn't sound like it's one of those ones that can be set up to be a D's nuts joke, but just in case. But yeah, I was saying, I'm gonna set up a camera so that when my cat does come in and wants to lay on her bed next to my computer and all that, I can switch that on and you can go say hi to her, because she comes in and complains all the time when it's time, when we're getting close to her dinner. We're going to be doing console games. As of right now, that's just going to be like the Switch, but tons of retro games on there. I do want to try doing some Nuzlockes with that, and if I can get the game capture working on the games that are not on the Switch yet, in regards to that, I do have a full... Oh. Okay, let me try adjusting that. How's that, everybody? Is it a little bit better? Hold on. Oh my god, have I been sitting here this entire time? Okay, no, I think I know what happened. Okay, I was gonna say, it's like, have I been talking this whole time and it's just not been going through? TJ, no. We're not doing that. But, overall, yeah, no, it's just, we're gonna... Yeah, I'm imagining it probably sounds a whole lot better now because I'm thinking you guys have just been hearing me talk with... I know it's dark humor, but again, it's like, I don't mind dark humor. There's a time and place for that, and just generally because I'm playing Minecraft, or I will be playing Minecraft in a little bit here, dark humor may not appeal to everybody. So like, yeah, obviously if I'm playing a game, like I said, if I'm playing a game that is very obviously if you are a kid, you should not be in the room. If I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, you know, Doom, anything that is rated M, dark humor's fine. It shouldn't, unless there's an issue where it's making people uncomfortable. Okay. And Hassan, you actually triggered my auto mod. So we're not going to, yeah, we're not doing that. I'm not gonna say what you said. I'm just gonna block it. I have not I don't think I've tried the Jenny mod for Minecraft. I've only actually just started getting into modded Minecraft. I'm actually gonna look it up. Very recently, it was actually, Modcraft. Okay, hold on. You should be able to hear me. It's cutting off. Okay, so yeah, I think I might know what the issue is on that one. Let me adjust the sensitivity. Because I think it is the clipping that's cutting it off. One moment. Yeah, no, let me see if I can fix that. That is likely one of the issues with the filters. I appreciate that, but let me see. I've had to adjust limiter. Okay, is it this one? Let me see. Okay. Is that a little bit better or a little bit worse for clipping? And I will say it's also very well could be my computer as well. There's a reason why I'm saying Big Red is retiring. Is because she served me well, but it's been 10 years old. I can adjust the volume. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can adjust the gains just a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm getting used to these new controls. Raising gains sucks. Never had it, but I've heard it's good. Hopefully, has that been a little bit better? I made a couple adjustments. Closer. DJ, I know dark humor. You enjoy your dark humor, but you're making me nervous here. I don't know exactly sometimes what you're saying. But hopefully it's not clipping in and out as much. Hassan, is it sounding a little bit better, a little bit clearer? I'm playing with some of the filter sounds. Okay, let me see. Oh, nope. This should be turning the volume up. Is it going up or is it still saying the same? I think it's probably the filters that need to be fixed. Second here. No, that's not the filter. No, here, stop that. So I think, yeah, I'm thinking it was the limiter filter. Okay, let me see. I turned the sensitivity. I think it's sensitivity is now a lot better. Is the clipping better now or is it worse? Better. Okay, yeah. So yeah, well, that's what it is I had my threshold set on my limiter just a little bit more sensitive because it was picking up my microphone. It's a Blue Yeti, and this thing will pick up literally everything in the house. Ma'am. Funnily enough, my previous job, I actually got ma'amed a lot, which was hilarious. I always made the joke that it's like the work always pitched me up because I would just have people be like, it's like, hey, it's like, my name's Alex. What's up? How can I help you? Oh, you have such a lovely voice, miss. Not a miss, but thank you. All right, but thank you. I'm glad it's that I got the limiter fixed on this one correctly, so we're not having issues here. But working on some things. Go ahead and pull this up. We are going to go into Minecraft. As I said, mentioned the system I'm getting is going to have a lot better graphics, a lot better RAM, a lot better pretty much everything. Kind of look like Swedish celebrity Edward Blum, just without Edward Blum. Beard. I'm actually curious about that one. Okay, and to answer the question from before with the Jenny mod, no, I have not played with that one because I just saw that one is a not safe for work mod. I generally don't like putting those kinds of mods on my computer because particularly since I'm doing streaming a lot, I don't want to have an accident. I could tell you a story with Skyrim where being bored, someone recommended a mod for that for changing the armors. I had not looked it up. I had just put it in. I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's a new armor thing. And I started video recording it. And he did not tell me that basically puts women in bikini armor. And I'm like, it was just the inappropriate wear. And it just made me laugh my head off when I saw it. I had that mod once. I got email from Russian police. Very well possibly could have. Like I said, I don't mess with those for my streams. I don't mess with those on my computer because I stream. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. I'll tell you, I have been said I look like several different people. The one that I actually take the most akin to. Oh, I've seen this person before, but I have not. I can't think of where. I kind of see it, but I'll show you actually the person that everyone says that I look like. They said I look like the adult Bobby Hill. And I'm like, you know what? There's worse people to be called like that. I was like, when I was younger, people said I looked like the human Shrek, not like Shrek as a human, but like from the second movie. But yeah, no, I see that. I'm like, I can see that without the beard, the glasses, kinda. I don't like beards. I swear, I love the look of beards. I cannot stand like after a while, like if I don't shave for a while, I'm like, okay, it's fine. Then it just itches my face. Like I have I don't like saying sensitive skin. Like I have very very much, I can feel when my stubble's growing in a lot, and I don't like how it feels. It drives me crazy. It's kind of an autism thing. In the same way, it's like I have no issues with bugs. I do not like bugs crawling on my skin because it's just like I can feel them move in some spots. Do I wax my face? No. I don't wax my face. I just regularly shave it. But yeah, no, I don't. Honestly, I can't, like, I will say, like, it's like people, like, I don't know if that's a common thing. It's like, I just like waxing your face. I'm like, oh, that would hurt. Like I think everyone's been a kid and done the thing where you get like duct tape and then you put it on like a hairy arm or something and then rip it off. I'm like, that would hurt. And then I've lost bets where someone had to they would pluck my little stubble hair out of my face. I'm like, that hurts even worse. I'm like, I can't imagine just combining the two and waxing your face and pulling. That would hurt so much. If people actually do that, man, they are really, don't mess with them. They're a lot tougher than you think they are. Oh man. But yes, I've been equated to being the adult Bobby Hill. I'm like, as I get older, I'm probably gonna start looking more like Cotton Hill. That's right, I went live. I just need to pull the game up. Give me 1 second here. Minecraft. And yeah, okay, we got it running. Let me move my camera over here. So you're gonna start seeing me looking in this direction more. So I can see chat is now moved over in this way. Like I said, we're getting an updated camera, so I won't have to worry about the background anymore. On here, I can actually trim it out a little more so there's nothing missing. And we are picking up where we left off previously in the Minecraft builds. Minecolonies is one of the ones I absolutely adore. This is one of my first real big interactions with modded Minecraft, more than anything else. And it is because I will say I love building. I stink at the building. Like design wise, like it's just one of those people who's like you have that kind of brain where it's like, I love the idea of architecture building and stuff. I can see it in my head, getting it to my head, to my hands, and then through the mouse, so that doesn't always translate. So to give you a brief overview of what Minecolonies is that Minecolonies takes a little bit of the city building aspect of like SimCity and adds that factor in. So instead, with the mon, I don't like it, so I'm making my own pack if I can. Minecolonies mod pack basically takes out villagers. Do you use FPS boost mods? No, I really don't. Part of the reason why is that my computer does not it's very old. I don't want to do anything that messes with the frames per second at the moment, because that usually ends up chewing through my graphics cards data and usage. So I haven't done anything like that. I may look into that in the future. Like I said, Friday is when I get my new computer. It should be coming up, set up, and it's going to be stream ready. We're going to be doing it at that point, specifically setting it up for that. So I might look into frame per second boosts then. I am wanting to get I have to figure out how to get it to work with, because it's only got it's quilt or fabric mod that I want to try and get using with my curse mods to actually allow me to do time lapses of buildings in Minecolonies. So you can see how a city is built. That's why one of the reasons why I love this is because the Minecolonies pack is essentially like you start out, instead of villagers, you have colonists. Yeah, and understandable, and it's like, particularly, like I said, it's sodium. I might need to look into that and see. Frames per second has not usually been an issue with me. Thankfully, I've gotten more used to it, but when 60 frames per second started being a big thing and changing a lot of games from 30 to 60 frames, I would get motion sick all the time. Mostly because that switch up is very noticeable. Now I get motion sick from the opposite of that. I want to watch the Into the Spider-Verse movie, and I believe Dragon Prince is another one. Like, they are fantastic games that well, not games, they're fantastic movies, but because of like the stilted frames per second, or that kind of like jolty shaky cam kind of thing that they got, it makes me motion sick. So I can only sit and watch maybe about 20 minutes and then I start getting bad headaches. But kind of show you guys around. So this was not, while I got the materials, I've made the materials, hunted down the materials, I did not do a lick of the building for this. This is all done by these colonists, specifically the builders, which I have right here is Felix. Basically, like I said, it works like it's a small down version of SimCity. You basically get a town hall, you get a builder, and then you build stuff out. People get jobs, and this all stuff that benefits you and the town itself. For example, as I'm making my way over, because I actually do want to check and see if there's any materials available. We have a miner over here. What he does is, instead of me having to go down and dig down and collect stuff, he does it for me. He basically has his own little mine shaft. Look in F3. I don't know anything about that. Oh, frames per second am I running? 48, 30, 41. So yeah, roughly that. Like I said, Big Red's old. And with mods, mods end up chewing into it a lot more. So it runs a little bit off and on. It's not as consistent. And with my video card, like I said, there's a reason why I'm playing Minecraft more until I get until the new computer arrives, is because it cannot, like, I'm worried about like having it crash out and permanently break, so I won't be able to stream at all. So for right now, we're taking it easy. It's the retirement days for Big Red. But yeah, all this is all built in some ways. These are houses, like they have houses, there's farms, they take care of themselves. Hey, Charizard! I'm actually getting a custom computer done by Cyber PC. So it's not a specific model. It is, I don't think they had it was Intel i9 4900. I don't have it. I don't have all the details in front of me. I am going to add in the specifications for it, specifically for that, like, so I can show exactly what I'm working with. But it is a top of the line video card, top of the line processor. My only complaint, quote unquote, is that I want, like, where places I was looking, there was one that did a 96 had RAM for 96 gigabytes of not frame rate, 96 gigabytes of RAM. This one's only gonna have 64, but that is a minor complaint. Like I said, lots of storage space. I am so looking forward to it, because I kid you not, my computer is very, very old. When I basically made it, solid state drives were a fun concept, but not really something you would want to invest in, because it was very new technology. Now they're very, very common. And so that's the only thing I am going is I'm going to go. It's going to have a 8 gigabyte solid state drive. Yes, that is true. 32 gigabytes is just fine for gaming. But part of the problem with is like I'm not just using it for gaming, I'm also using it for streaming. So I could tell you, for example, as I'm kind of wandering around showing stuff off, actually I need to see what I'm working on. I think, yeah, I think I just needed to have bricks made so I can get those going. Is that whether when you're recording, when you're streaming, it's not, you are using way more RAM and you are using more video card space. So when I say like my computer just got to the point where it could no longer play some of the newer games, like the Dead Space remade, Survival, Ark Ascended are all games that I don't meet the minimum requirements for anymore. But like every other game I could still play on a certain setting. If I'm playing those games and I'm streaming, it's not, they're not, it causes a lot of crashes, it causes a lot of things to break on it. That is true. I am considering doing that as well. But part of the problem is that, like I said, Big Red is 10 years old. For very much like, I've had her forever. The video card is now starting to not work very well. Like these, having a second monitor will work only like 50% of the time. Like sometimes when I start it up, I only get one monitor, which is fine. And like I said, I could definitely get things set up to do a streaming thing like that, but I don't know how long Big Red's gonna last. So I wanted a big honking machine that could do both streaming and the gaming part without too much trouble. Also, I looked at it as like, when I built Big Red, my computer, for those who have not figured that one out yet, I built her top of the line 10 years ago. Like every part that she had in her was the best part you could possibly get. And she lasted 10 years. Like I said, like the things that are like, even, like I said, Dead Space was a game I was like, I don't meet the minimum requirements. I could still technically play it. It just did not, it did not handle well. It was a little bit more choppy. It was probably more consistent to kind of where things are with this. But I love gaming. I love streaming. I want to get back into doing YouTube videos. I want a computer that will let me play the game looking at its best, and will do it well without too many hiccups. So why not, if I have the money for it and I have the money to invest in it, why not go whole hog, you know? And okay, so I need to make, I need to make bricks so I can make the brick extras so I can make little brick building stuff like this for my housing. Hold on. Yeah, like right now I'm just trying to get everything built up. And my goal is to complete back walls, because this particular build, so yes and no. I got the materials, but this is one of the reasons why I like the Minecolonies mod. I have learned a lot about building from Minecolonies, but I did not actually do the buildings themselves. Let me show you what works. So basically, I have builders. Like they're basically built, and they will. If I have the materials for it, and I put down, say, let me go here, fundamentals, residence. I have, and it's just like this will, it'll pull up a preview of what the level 1 building is going to look like. Like now I could feel like, again, in the way it is set up here, I could easily make the materials and then fold it out myself. But instead I can also just get the materials and tell someone to build it for me. So I put in the work. So like everything you see here, for the most part, is materials that I have gotten created and set out. I've gotten to the point where I have workers now who can make those things for me, but you don't start with that. It's kind of locked behind research stuff. So it's kind of a little bit like very equivalent to kind of having like a little bit of real-time strategy to it, where it's like you start out with basic buildings, but if you want to do more advanced buildings, for example, the sawmill over here, if I want to get my sawmill, I have to do the research into wood cutting research. Honestly, I don't look at it as an end goal mod. Like it doesn't it's supposed to level with your progression. Like for example, that one building I showed you was a level 1 house. This is currently what a level 2 version of that house is. This is the level 2 tavern. But it scales. Like for example, one of the reasons I'm wanting to get this thing capped at level 3 or 4 is because this is like materials I now need for level 3 or 4 stuff comes from the nether. And it's one of the things I find very, very annoying about this particular mod pack. This is the official mod pack of the Minecolonies game. They have the Minecolonies mod, and then the mod pack is their official thing, like of various things that are in the game. And I enjoy that for the most part, except for one of the mods that they have on here is Regions Unexplored, which is not a bad mod. I will say this: what it does is it adds more biomes, and it adds more tree. It adds more, like for example, they have pine trees and maple trees, which is fine. It adds extra regions. My issue with it though is that in the Nether it adds biomes to the Nether, and some of those biomes don't seem to have the more common materials like nether quartz, which I'm like, everyone's like, playing in a normal game, I could find that left, right, and center. The first time I played this mod pack on this game, I kid you not, I played for a 5-hour session and I got 4 quartz. Not 4 stacks, 4. So I don't like that aspect because it makes some materials that this thing requires very rare to find. I have not found any of the wooded area materials that it requires for some of the buildings, which I'm going to have to find eventually because one of the things I want to build is it's a nether portal. Like it basically will have someone go into the nether for me and collect the materials. And then levels 4 and 5, you have to start getting materials from the end. So there's not an end goal. It actually is supposed to be kind of like, this is a thing you can do while adventuring. But the adventuring part is not the biggest thing for me. I love making buildings. I like in regular Minecraft, I liked making villages. I just made box houses, but this one I'm like, this is the fortress version, which is one of the more advanced ones, and I love it. But the other reason why I like Minecolonies is that there are different types of cities you could build. Like I said, I have fortress, which is this one's based around the idea of like it builds every building has a wall that will eventually become like it's like an inner city wall that goes around the town center, which is this thing here, or it becomes an outward city wall to keep people out. But they have ones like Space Wars, Star Wars example, urban, Incan, medieval, colonial. This one. Tatooine, yeah. There are some very like super science fiction. Like I believe one of the things that you get on that one as a starter building, like basically this is a thing you can throw down as a starter pack and have some of the materials to start with to help get you going. You get what the Jawas. Oh man, the Jawa. I keep calling it a college truck. It is their vehicle as a starting thing, and it's like I love that so much. This is the one I really want to work on because when we go to the new computer, because I'm not sure if I can get this to transfer over, we're going to start with a brand new mod pack that's going to have Minecolonies in it. I haven't decided whether I'm going to go full. I'm going to try and see if all the mods will work because that one has a lot of different mods I want to play with. If not, there is the Minecolonies. Either I'll just stick with the Minecolonies mod pack itself or the dimensional one. And I want to do caverns. It used to be called the Dwarven, because you build into a side of the mountain. Is it a city in the mountain? Yes, it is. It is a city that goes into the mountains, and you literally cut through the mountains. You make your own pathways. It is the reason why it's put under advanced is because you have to have a lot. There's a lot of digging involved because you have to dig out an area. Oh, it's very awesome. The Shire, medieval spruce. That one's fun. I've done the Viking one, the Nordic spruce.
desert oasis. Like, they have ones very much for specific biomes. Pagoda, so there's very much an Asian themed. This one is another one I want to do at some point. Stalactite, so not a mountain one, but literally an underground city. Warped is one I want to do as well. This one's specifically for building a colony in the Nether. Jungle Treehouse, Caledonia. Oh yeah, no, there's some great ones. The Minecolonies one, that was not one I had when I first started, and just seen them like put that in for beginners. This is a mod someone else has made called Style Colonies, which adds even more. And there are some great ones. I want to play with the steampunk one because this one uses so much copper. I want this one, and I want to get building on this one so much, because until this new recent patch, copper has not been a great like, I have so much copper in my buildings right now, that like in my storage right now, that I don't make use of. Crimson Keep underwater base. Like, these are, like I said, some fun designs. And like I said, for this, it's like you can mix and match if you really wanted to. I don't, because I like to have a various aesthetics. The Fortress is one that I enjoy because it's advanced, because you have, like, you cannot put the buildings where you want. They have to follow a specific track, and you have to use specific buildings to make them work. For example, like I said, the outer walls all on here are great, but I have to use corners, which are almost always guard towers. City Skylines, that is on my list of games to play. Especially since, like, City Skylines was always kind of sold to me as a SimCity kind of game, but better. But I just have not sat down with it, because, like I said, I love SimCity. I find it a little boring, though. Like, because it's like, you can, like, it's one of those games where it's like, I would love to play that, like, in the background. Like, if I was working on something, it'd be something I could look off, like, I'm sitting here writing on a screen, typing, working on something on this screen, look over and look at my city. It's like, oh, I need to address this issue on here. Go ahead and work on that for a little bit, and then come back to it, and then go back over here. So I think that's part of it, is like, I haven't had the brain space to kind of like play background stuff. I've been wanting more active running games, but I actually do want to get that. Is one of the games I want to play. And I think actually I should thank you for reminding me of this, because I am looking at some new games for that I can play now, like, that aren't going to be too laggy on my stream. One of them was, I was wanting to get the new Streamlabs. Oh, 1 second, everyone. I just got notice that a package arrived, and I'm going to go grab it real quick. So I'll be right back. Should only take me about a minute at most. But I'm going to go back and I'll show you what it is, because I think I know what it is. Just a second. I have returned. Thank you for being patient. Like I said, less than a minute. And give me just a second here. Okay, yeah, that's paused, because this is something I was waiting on. And forgive me for the crinkling noise. It's in this. So I don't think this is the one I think it is. Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay, this is one of the things. This is actually for my wife. She has a computer, and she has been wanting to watch her Blu-ray Supernatural series on her computer, but she doesn't have a Blu-ray runner, so I went and got her that. I was thinking it was going to be the lights. I'm getting actual camera lighting setups in here, so right now I'm kind of making do with a very, very hot living room lamp, which, like I said, it doesn't look bad. I'm not going to complain. I don't look terrible, but it is very warm. And while that's not normally a problem, it's summertime and I am slowly cooking. But yes. Oh yeah, no. City Skylines is very quite advanced. I wanted a more advanced version of the game because I would love to build cities. I think like I've also have been getting that kind of particular itch satisfied by a different game. Not Prisoner Tycoon. Is it Prisoner Tycoon? Give me a second. I'm not meaning to pull away from the game, but you ever had those moments where you're like, I know this thing I know of is on the tip of my tongue. I know what it is. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Well, and I understandably, I can understand because, and I could be very wrong. It's definitely a misconception. I've actually grown to know because it's like, again, my friend lives in Sweden. Is that everyone thinks of Sweden as very, very, very cold. It's like, that's not always the case. In fact, I believe the response my friend gave last time I asked him how they were doing was fucking hot. Pardon my language, so I'm just quoting what they said. Second here, where is... I think this was Prison Architect? Hold on. Nope, Prip. Yeah, Prison Architect. Okay. Prison Architect has been kind of scratching that SimCity itch for me because that one's more... You build a... I mean, it sounds pretty much like it is. It's like you build a prison. That's what you do. But you can build it like various ways. Like you can build it as a maximum security, zero tolerance, money-making prison, or you can try and make it to where you are rehabilitating the prisoners, which is like, I love the concept of that. It's like, you know what? Why not try the rehabilitation thing? Because that sounds like a harder thing to do. And so I've been kind of getting that, whenever I have that itch, I've been going to that instead. Like I said, SimCity is like, it kind of scratched the itch, but because it's like you're building a city, it's like, it works. There's enough fun things in it to kind of keep me entertained. But the last one that they did was pretty awful. It worked. Like I said, it scratches the itch, but it wasn't that great. So yeah, I definitely want to play City Skylines, and I should probably check and see if there is a good, like if it's on sale, because Steam sale's going on. Surprise, surprise. Quite a few people that I watch and stream are referring to it as like, it's like, you know, it's the reward for being a patient gamer, because everything goes on sale. Like things that are normally $40 are now down to $5 or cheaper. So I should see if there's any of this, if the most recent City Skylines is on sale, or whichever one's the best one, get that, and then maybe do that as a casual, fun, slow day stream kind of thing. Something that's like, yeah, no, let's build something interesting. Let's just do something to relax. Yes, now I remember what I got lost for a second mentally. I'm like, okay, I need to remember what I want. Oh, G2A. Yeah, well, I'll have to check with G2A because I don't know if that's one of the ones that I just don't go on a lot because of just I keep forgetting about it, or if it's one of the ones I don't go on because they buy pirated Steam keys, which I'm perfectly fine paying full price. I'm perfectly fine buying the thing on sale as long as the people who are making the game, not the AAA game companies like EA, like that kind of stuff. Screw them. I don't care about those people. But like a lot of indie developers kind of get screwed over by companies that do, like, they basically buy the stolen Steam keys and do it that way. I can't remember if G2A was one of those, or if it was just one I just don't happen to go into, because I never used Steam when I was growing up. Like, Steam was the popular one, and I'm like, nah, it's fine, I don't need that one. I got this one here from that I get for using it was like Direct to Drive, and then that one went under, and now it's almost impossible for me to get like the games I purchased on there. So it's like, it might be one. It's like, that's not a very well-known one. I don't trust it, but could very well be just one I just don't know about or use very often. This is what I was wanting. I need clay. But yeah, and it's also right now, it is also sales. Like, I mean, the Steam Summer Sale, I think, is maybe the last day, or maybe coming close to the last day of it. I could definitely swing over and see, but like, honestly, Steam stuff goes on sale all the time. I could definitely see about getting that one, and right now I just got a whole mess of new games that I'm really looking forward to. Games that I'm really wanting to play for either my enjoyment or my suffering and your guys' enjoyment overall. It's not on sale on Steam. Yeah, it's okay. It's one of those things I also can come back and look at too. The thing is a lot of games on Steam go on sale very often. That was what got me into doing the Steam. Into Steam was that like their sales are ridiculous. In the best way possible, they are ridiculous. Because it's just like, I'm sorry, like there are games that are like, this game is normally $40. I can now buy it for $2. Like, you don't see a lot of companies being able to do that. So yeah, that's the other thing is I always like to look at the reviews and see if they're mixed, because sometimes the sequel is not very good. Sometimes the remake's not as good. Sometimes a game like that, it's like you are so hyped for. I do not pre-order for this reason anymore, specifically because of things like that. And I'll tell you, last thing I pre-ordered should answer the question for me. It was Cyberpunk. I bought Cyberpunk 2077. I pre-ordered it, and if you if you know, you know. But very much the Cyberpunk was such a disaster that I'm like, no, at this point, I'm gonna just from now on wait until the game's up and running. I'm gonna see what people write for reviews in Steam, and I'll look at that stuff too and factor that in. All right. Oh, I need dark oak. Oh, I got dark oak. Okay, fantastic. I need 1 to 62. I should start working on this stuff. Right, which person needed this? So this is what I was saying is also like why I want to say I wait, because some Cyberpunk has actually really good now. It's the company screwed it up at the beginning. Like, it was rushed, and you could tell it was rushed. And if you look at things a lot more now, it's very obvious that the higher ups were essentially pushed to get it out earlier, even though that it wasn't ready. Now, like, the game is like, one, they fixed a lot of the graphic issues on the game now. So kudos for that. Like, that is awesome that they fixed a lot of those issues. Another big thing is, like, they fix those issues. They've done a lot to fix the game itself, which is another huge, you know, so glad you did this kind of thing. And they've added things. It has actually come way back up. It is kind of a No Man's Sky story, if you know anything about that particular game. Basically, the game came out very, very, like, super hyped, did not meet expectations, and the company, rather than just, like, shuttering it out, turned around and just said, you know what, we're gonna keep up on what we promised, and make sure that we're gonna get this resolved and taken care of for you. And they're still making, they've just moved on to a new game that they're making now, but they've still worked to like, they still put out free, they've only ever put out for the game. Did I make the wrong, I need oak planks. Okay, damn it. All right. But yeah, so Cyberpunk is a really good game. I do want to play that on stream. I need to do a little more research into that, because that is one of those games that I want to play with a mod pack. Not a mod pack, like with something like crowd control or a game overlay where it's like, Baldur's Gate is another game I want to play on the stream. And that one has an overlay where you guys will be able to vote. Like, Baldur's Gate is, because it's very much an RPG, you guys will be able to vote on what path we take. I want to do something with like that with Cyberpunk. I want to be able to have that be a very interactive, because that is a very, very intensive, very linear game with focus and concentration, but because of how I want my stream to be, I want my stream to be a community where people come together and just, this is not just watching me play. You guys are coming in and saying, all right, how can we mess with him? How can we interact with him? Is this a game we can play together? I want you to do this. This is really cool. I want you to show everyone how cool this is. I want to set that up as much as possible. Like, I equated this, like, what I want for my stream to being, like, growing up, there was everyone, like, when I was a kid in the 90s and stuff, I don't know if it's still a thing now, where it's like, there was that house, like, it's like, you're like, your friends that, what everyone, like, not the cool kid, but the kid who's like, everyone was friends with everyone. Like, their house, it was the house that was always open. You could always come and visit. You didn't have, like, you could just show up and the parents would be like, hey, cool, hey, you here to see Jimmy? Cool, grab a sandwich, you know? Grab a sandwich, come in, hang out. Hey, we're watching the boxing match. You like boxing? No? Cool, that's fine. He's doing this. If there's something else you want to do, that's cool too. That's what I want to have. It's like a place where it's like, you guys come in and be like, hey. I saw a streamer who played Skyrim and he made his chat control the NPCs. And yes, I have not gone and watched that particular video or stream information. I have heard of that kind of thing. Like, I want to do cool stuff like that. And I had planned on doing it for this one, but at this point, it's kind of redundant. Like, I'm starting to get some people coming in more often. But things like this particular game, like, all my villagers have names. Like, this is Freya. One of the things I want to start doing is, like, once I get the new game going, having people come in, it's like, hey, you're following? Cool. If you're a follower and you're in on the stream on that particular day, hey, we got a new builder. Who wants to be named after the builder? Cool. You know, in this case, like, Huge Toenail, you're now the new you're now the new builder here in the colony. And then, you know, because, like, that way it's like you have an investment. You can come in and be like, hey, how's that builder doing? Yeah, like, things like that. Like, when I talk about doing Nuzlockes, that's another thing. Like, I want to name, like, hey, you came in. You know, like, it's like, you're a follower. Awesome, cool. Hey, I just caught this. Who wants to be named after a Jigglypuff? Or, like, whatever I caught. Like, you know, I have this. Like, I want, like I said, I love, like, watching streamers and stuff, and I love, like, the biggest thing, like, I just recently got into watching streams because I was always like, it's always so huge and massive when you go in, you're literally like, you are one of, like, thousands and thousands of people. And an off thing, I was watching Alicia X Life doing one of her YouTube lives. I'm like, oh, I like her reaction stuff. I'm in, and I'm just like, hey, I just was stopping in to say hi. I really gotta get going. I gotta get to work. But I just want to say I love your stuff. And she's like, oh, hey, Alex, thanks for coming in. Glad to see you come in. Have a good day at work. And I was like, it was one of those things of, like, genuinely being acknowledged, like, being, like, feeling like again, you're like, I'm watching someone play this stuff. Sometimes it's fun, but there's also times where it's very lull and dulling. But I was like, you know what? Having those moments where someone just was able to just say, it's like, hey, I see you there, and I did catch your phrase. I love that so much, and that's the kind of, like, I want that relationship with my chat, with my followers. I don't like. Someone said, like, they don't like using fans. I agree. Like, fans is a terrible term because it makes it seem like it's very one-sided. You guys who come in here and spend time, I'll tell you, I have been struggling with mental health issues for the last year. Like, I have moderate to extreme anxiety. I was pretty much been like this way since I was a teenager. I had a major down spiral about same time this last year where it was so bad I ended up having to go on medical leave from my work. And it was horrible. And when I was trying to do rehabilitation stuff so I can get back to work, I was like, okay, what can I do to kind of get back to it? Because my job, I worked as a supervisor at a call center. Like, I was like, okay, well, I need to get back to talking to people and interacting. What would be a good way? Like, you know what? You know what? I've been watching a lot of these streamers, and maybe I'll, like, let me try doing some streaming for fun. And just, even with, like, nobody here, just being able to talk and stuff has helped my mental health so much more than the several therapists that I've gone through. Not that they were, like, there were some good ones, but just talking with you guys genuinely helped me get more out of my anxiety and depression more than anything else, to the point where now I want to do this as my full-time job. My anxiety was not improving, and it was only getting worse because of the way basically the family, like the medical leave I was on, is not handled directly by my company. It is handled by another company that does it for them. And everything I did, I equate it to, like, if we want to equate it to something else, let's, like, physical handicap. It's like, I equate it to, like, you have a broken leg. In order to have the time off to let your body heal, I was required to go to the doctors every 2 weeks, which is not a big deal. But like I said, it's like if it was like the equivalent of, like, if I had a broken leg, they were telling me to, like, well, the elevator's out, your doctor's on the second floor, you're gonna have to take the stairs. No, we don't know when it's gonna be fixed. So it's like I was spending so much time being poked and prodded, like, mentally and emotionally and everything else. I wasn't recovering. I was stuck. Like, and it's just the way the system is. Sadly, they have to make sure that there's not someone being fraudulent. You are getting help. If it's a more long-term thing than that, they want to know why. I understand that, but they were so indifferent and so meh about these issues. And it was like so many times I was jumping through a hoop where it was like I would get approved. Like, I was like, it was late, it was into February, and they're like, we've approved you till December. Okay, cool. What about February? How much time do I have with that? Oh, we do it on a month-by-month basis. So I'd have to go every 2 weeks. Like, I have to go make an appointment, get the paperwork sent out. By the time the paperwork got sent, they would approve me for the month prior, but not the current month I was in. So I was always stressed out about losing my job. Always stressed out about losing my job because I was like, I can't win. Like, they won't approve the current time so I can have a time to rest. And I tried going back to work multiple times. It was not working. It was like, I tried to go back once, and I lasted a half a day, and then I was just back where I was. So I was like, at that point, I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I can't focus on my mental health and deal with this and to recover. So I had to say goodbye. I love that job. I recommend, like I said, it's not an easy job, but I love that job. It was the nicest job they were nicer to me than any other job I've had before. But that company that they work with, I hated. I won't recommend that job to anybody at any point in time ever, as long as that company runs their mental health stuff. Because I have too many friends who have mental health issues. They deal with depression, anxiety, PTSD, and they're so indifferent to that it's not worth it. So, like I said, for me, this has been my therapy. This has been amazing. I feel better about my life. I'm not going to name names, specifically because, like I said, I do respect the company. I'm not going to name a thing because I don't want any issues with it. Like, it's done to me. Like, yes, I know my warehouse is full and I need to upgrade it. But yeah, like I said, it's mostly because, like, I don't want to give them press. I don't want to give them things. I don't want to have a thing where it's like, I don't want them to respond. I've let it go for the most part. This is like, I've basically been free for about a month. Like June is the first time I've been like, all right, I'm doing this seriously as a career. Because I want to see if it's possible for me to do it. Take some time off for my mental health. If not, go back to looking for work. I have some some backups set up for me, which I'm very thankful for. But yeah, like I said, and it's just like one of those things, like, I can tell you, like, companies probably, I mean, they didn't like me before, but they really hate me now because I was the kid. Like, when I started working, my dad's philosophy was, you work your ass off. If you work every day, say yes to everything they give you. Like, they throw everything at you, you pick it up and say, you got any more? You will get noticed, you will get rewarded, you will get promoted, you'll get raises. My dad grew up, my dad was born in the 50s, and that might have been true at one point. It was not true at the time I started going to work when I was 18. Because I did that exact same thing. I just kept saying, you know what, got it? Anything else you got? Throw it at me. Cool. Like, I worked for a grocery store. I have not played Pixelmon. I have considered playing that mod pack, but that mod pack is actually too much for my current computer to handle. I had considered doing that one. I mentioned all the mods, which is another immensely popular one, as maybe doing that. I haven't looked too deeply into that one because my computer can just about handle this, and then the mod pack that I was making for it. I do not have access to anything else. Like anything else on that, and it will not run. So one of the reasons why I was wanting like to have more than 32 gigabytes and have a better running video card. Oh, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. Let me see. Was it about? Yeah, it came out in 1994. I was probably playing it the Christmas that it came out. I had first one was the original Game Boy Game Boy Color. No, it was actually just regular Game Boy, but it had some coloring to it. Was the game I had Pokemon Blue, then I got Pokemon Yellow. I bought Pokemon Crystal when it came out. So I can actually tell you the reason for that, and I will say it is not a good thing, but I'm hoping that's going to be changing because they've gotten close to an open world with the Arceus series. And let me kind of I'm trying to focus my attention on multiple things at once. And I haven't, so I can get back to work on here. I still haven't quite figured out the multitasking of speaking and focusing because I'll end up wandering around quite a bit. But Pokemon is kind of had the same formula. They've been very scared to change that up. They've made minor changes here and there throughout the series. But open world, I would say that most of it is like they've been very scared. It's also been like, we have a good formula, why mess it up? That is why they haven't done an open world. Because it's like that thing of like, oh God, there's a really good, actually a really great example of a game that I grew up playing, which was Chrono Trigger. It was a standard Japanese turn-based RPG turn-based game. Fantastic, wonderful. They made a sequel to it, and it was still turn-based, but they changed the mechanics so much that I don't consider it to be a sequel game. I consider it a spin-off because of like how much the mechanics changed in it. It was so much more complicated. It kind of killed the series. Like, it was not like it's still a decent game. I don't play. I don't think of it, like I said, I don't think of it as when I want to play Chrono Trigger or a Chrono Trigger game. I don't think of that one first. I think of that one like I maybe just recently had the itch to play that game, and it's been like 20 years. But that's what I was saying. It's like it's that thing of like, we made the perfect formula. People love this game. People continue to love this game. Cute creatures, all that. Like, we're set. Why do we need to change that formula? And I'll say, like Arceus kind of played with that a little bit. That was one of the first really Pokemon Legends did actually have a very much more open world, and you could tell that affected a little bit of the other games that came out because they're getting more open world now. But Pal World is going to push them. Either Pokemon's going to end up being irrelevant, or this is going to put the fire in their engines to say, okay, they think they can compete with us. All right, well, let's show them what we can do with an open world with Pokemon, and we're going to do it better than they did it. Awesome. Competition can fuel innovation. But mostly I would say it's like they have a formula that works. They're scared to try and make some new changes that may cost them money, which is terrible. Like, it is not it is not a healthy way to do anything in the world. Is to be like, you should be able to make safe bets. Oh, I am very hopeful. Also, you can tell that Pokemon, like, generally, it might be part Japanese culture or everything else. Pokemon's very scared to admit mistakes too, because if you've been from, oh god, was it Sword and Shield, the Dexic controversy came out. It's like, we're like, oh, we want people to focus on some other Pokemon and we want to trim it down. It's like, yeah, it turns out, actually, no, you lost the data for those files for the graphical updates to them, so you had to remake them. You just didn't want to admit it, which is fine. It's like, again, it's like we're opening up some new ideas. Cool, yeah. You just tell us that you're like, hey, so not all the Pokemon are going to be available. We are updating all the models. We're not going to be able to do this in time for this new series, but we're going to do it over time. We're going to introduce new things. What was it called? Oh, Dexit. Basically, they had said that not the exact quote, but they were retiring various Pokemon. Pokemon Sword and Shield only had, like, at that point there was about 800 Pokemon, and they had basically trimmed it down to, like, I think 200 or 300. And normally people are like, okay, that's not a big deal, but starters weren't in that mix. Fan favorite, like of the 150 Pokemon, everyone's like, someone pointed out this best. It was like, every Pokemon is someone's favorite. Your most hated Pokemon, someone loves that. And it's like, whether you liked it or not, that's fine. It was someone's favorite. So everyone was outraged when they're like, wait. Ekans? Ekans is not going to be in Pokemon anymore. That's bull. Like, starters, like, one of my favorite, Totodile wasn't on that. Like, they're like, Totodile was gone. I was hurt. But, like, yeah, they've been slowly introducing them back. But it makes it look like, hey, we messed up. We're going to bring these back because we messed up and the fans made their service. I'm like, that can kind of work, but that just seems like you don't care about your fans versus the concept of, like, hey, we really wanted to update these. These are your favorites are going to take time. But the reason why I bring up Legends and why I brought this up is that I am super, super, super excited that they're at least hinting at the return of Mega Evolutions. Hot take for some people who don't like the new terrestrializing for Scarlet and Violet, I love it. I called myself the sneaky, I was the sneaky little devil trainer. Like I said, I started with the first gens. First gens had very limited pixels for the Pokemon designs. I would find Pokemon that I wanted on my team, but had similar sprites. Like, for example, Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. I was like 12. So I was like, I was not very good at vying strategy on these ones. So I was like, yeah, these were part of my legendary team that I took to one of the conventions. But because they all had the same sprites, I changed their names around. So I think it was like Moltres was now called Zapdos. Articuno, like, so on and so forth, so that when people were like, it's like, look at my thing, it's like, okay, he's gonna pick Mewtwo, he's gonna pick this, and he's gonna pick this, and I was gonna pick those, but you couldn't tell. My all-time favorite Pokemon to play with, as I mute my phone, yes, my warehouse is up, is Zoroark. And I love Zoroark for one specific reason, because he'll take the form of the Pokemon that is in your last setting. So I would be like, okay, look at the person I'm playing against team. I'm like, cool. All right, so he's got a fire type. Likely, like it's like how I want him to switch out to. I want him to switch out to a grass type or another typing that has. Zoroark was like had fire abilities on it. Yeah, no, but I loved him specifically because he had the ability to look like another Pokemon, and having that come in. Zoroark was like one of those ones like come in like, oh, he's got that's a grass type at the beginning. Let me bring out my fire type. Or, like the other way around. Like in this case, I'd want them to bring out a grass type, so I'd pick something like likely like it was a water type would be my last spot. And I would put that in there. And so they would like, I like to manipulate people into moving in targets that were really good. And Zoroark was one of my favorites for that reason. Oh, I love the card game. Like, I don't play it enough now. I genuinely will tell you that I like the trading card game. Like, even their digital stuff was like, I always thought it was really neat. I don't know if they still do it, but at one point, the Pokemon trading card game was really bringing out their own alpha, like their own digital version. And they were putting in their cards promo packs. Like this little, like it's a little card, like in every pack that you got, you could get it, type in the code, and you would get a booster pack for the digital copy too. I loved that. I was so blown away by that. Like I still love the TCG game. One of the things why I wanted to have for like my retro Wednesdays, or way back Wednesdays, is I want to play the original Pokemon TCG game that was on the Game Boy. Because that one was fun. I still play that. I play it on my Switch now, but I still play that. I would love to play the TCG ones, but every time I go into that, I just have not been able to get playing very long. But it's a TCG that is very much built for people to have access to. Yes, you're probably too young. I can tell you, that was the other problem with like why TCG is like, I was like 14 when Pokemon came out, so I was like 16, 17 when the card game came out. And it was just like, because of the way people looked at Pokemon at the time, like I would go to like, this is definitely going to date me, I would go to the Toys R Us little Pokemon tournaments and go play, but I was always playing 5-year-olds. And I always felt awful because it's like, these are kids who are like, I'm picking my favorite. I'm like, cool. I built a Water Lightning deck, or, you know, like whatever deck I had at the time. I was like, I'd specifically built it to counter everything. And I was just like, it wasn't a challenge. It was just like, I was beating kids. It was not good. But yeah, no, like I would love to come back to that now, especially like when I see like all the time Pokemon's doing the tournaments for the game, doing for the trading card. There are people like older than I am playing in it now. Probably wasn't. I can tell you, TCG wise, when I was getting into it, it wasn't big either. Magic the Gathering was the biggest thing, but it was nowhere near the levels it is now. I could tell you that I believe I was invited to the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG World Tournaments being held in Los Angeles in I think 2002, and it was like the rinky dinky. It was like, I don't even remember there being any any shops there, like level of like con. It was just like people were there. There was a couple people who had really cool cosplays, but it was essentially just like, it felt like a cafeteria, like a school cafeteria where everyone was stuck inside on a rainy day. And just like everyone was at a table just playing the card games or playing the Game Boy games. And this was the world tournament. Like I actually got to test a deck that I was making up against like the third strongest player in the world at the tournament who had gotten eliminated. And it didn't do great. That's a different story. But it was to where it is now. Oh my God. You know what? I can tell you, marbles were not a big thing, but that was because I'm pretty sure marbles were banned at some point. At least in American schools, I can tell you, I was a kid of the 80s. The big things that we had, like TCG, Pokemon card games, were banned when they started coming out in my high school days. Magic the Gathering was banned. Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually came out my senior year. So it was probably banned after that. Marbles, nobody played with marbles because I don't think anyone was willing to risk it. But we had Pogs. And if you don't know what Pogs are, they were essentially, it was based off of a little milk cap top. And they had various designs on them. And there was basically a rule of like you had a little plastic thing you would hit on top of it. It was very, very similar to marbles, where you hit this on top of a stack of these Pogs, they flip over, those are your Pogs. But because people would actually gamble with the Pogs, or would steal stuff and they're complaining about it, they banned them. Everything that like anything that was like a tradable thing was banned. Game Boys were barely tolerated. Like, because people would get in trouble. Like, they didn't want to deal with kids stealing other people's stuff. So instead of actually doing anything, they're like, no, we're just going to ban it. So really annoying in the schools I went to. But yeah, no, this like I could tell you the geek culture, and I will say I am not complaining about this. I am so unbelievably happy that this is a thing now. But when I was growing up, like this stuff I play now, like people did not like. I was made fun of for liking video games. I was made fun of for liking Star Wars and superhero stuff. I could tell you, my brother went in the 6th grade, made an absolutely amazing Joker, like the original 1989 Joker, Jack Nicholson Joker outfit. He had dyed a full suit purple. Like, if I had a picture, I swear to God, I would show it. By it's like it was probably almost close to the exact design of what the Dark Knight's Joker was. Like, he dyed his hair green, and it was scraggly and curly, and it looked amazing. I remember thinking that was the coolest thing ever. He went to school and got made fun of. Heavily made fun of. Because comic books were a nerd's thing. Batman was somewhat popular, but it was not a thing. Like, I got made fun of in school for knowing about Star Wars. People will make fun of you now for liking Star Wars, but that's for a different reason. And it was just such a stunning thing of just like watching the things that I love. Like, I remember watching the Iron Man cartoons and people making fun of me for it. Like, Iron Man was not popular. Like, it's such a weird thing to say to people now. It's like Marvel, DC, they were not the things that people wanted. They were the outliers. Nintendo, like, oh, you like video games, nerd. Now it's like people are like, cool. Like, I get like, oh, you don't like Call of Duty? You're a nerd. Damn right I am. This is like, I don't play sports games. It's like, it's not cool. It's like, I don't like those games. I like these games. Like, I like Minecraft. When it came out, like, someone introduced me to this. I'm like, wait, this is such a cool concept. This is a game that's not about, having to constantly work on, like, it's just a game where you get to build stuff. There wasn't an ending at the time it came out, really. Like, I don't even know if the end had been a thing. Like, I've never fought the dragon at all in this game. I've never wanted to. I've liked the building of it. I was like, this is so cool. This is so fun. This is a nice nice relaxing game that I enjoy. But it's like, yeah, it's like stuff that was not popular. Like, I couldn't tell you what was a popular, like, Power Rangers was popular. I think that was the only thing that a lot of kids didn't pick on me too much for, was that when Power Rangers came out, that was a popular series, and everyone wanted the Power Ranger stuff. But then I also started talking about Star Wars. Like, I think people didn't like when I would say that Luke Skywalker could beat a Power Ranger, which I'm pretty sure I could stand by that statement. I'm not entirely certain. All right. Okay, he needs multiple ore, which is not a big deal. I need to make signs, but I need to make those extra shingles with oak planks. Oh yeah, I don't even remember, like, Disney being. It's one of those things, like, I can't remember if the Disney stuff was really popular when I was growing up. Beyond the traditional stuff, like Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck may not have been a big thing to worry about. But it wasn't, like I said, the love people have for it now doesn't compare. I need a colony flag. Means I'm gonna need wool. And I need to get sticks. But yeah, no, cartoons, like I'm still blown away. Like, it's like cartoons were for kids. Like, there were some cartoons that could have really good themes, but there was not like I think the most adult cartoon I had growing up was Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Oh, I believe it. Like I think that was even an issue. Like Mickey Mouse was starting to get Donald Duck was starting to take popularity over Mickey Mouse, and they had to do some stuff to fix that. Um, Absolutely. I mean, it's I could tell you one of the colleges up here actually has the official okay from Disney to use Donald Duck as their mascot. Oh, I almost want to say is like I think I know like which Donald thing would be on Christmas, but I'm like nope, that's the Mickey Mouse's Christmas tale or Christmas Carol. But yeah, no, there's oh man, like yeah, things like everything's like popularity for things is so different in different locations. Like Mickey Mouse, like I said, growing up, I liked Mickey Mouse. Wasn't a like wasn't a huge thing though. It's like compared to what it is now. Like Disney owning like if I think if you most people would say is like if you talked like if you said like to Disney like hey you know like hey Disney's gonna own the biggest franchise Disney's gonna have is Star Wars. Oh, that's awesome, and Marvel. What you mean that nerd stuff? Yeah. People are just like would be like get the heck out of here. Yes, I know exactly which ones you're talking about. I grew up on those. My parents had a VCR and recorded like all the old school Disney stuff, and I know exactly which one you're talking about. Like they're very old 1960s, 1950s. Those, like I could distinctly remember. I think it was Donald, Goofy, and Mickey. Like we're all like basically starving to death and making these paper thin slices of bread and cheese and making these thin sandwiches and splitting them between themselves, kind of things. It's like it was so wild. Like those things are like people like talk about like those are still around. Thankfully, like those classics are very very hard to not see people like working with those versus a lot of the Warner Brothers cartoons, which they've not aged well. I mean, some people some people can argue various things, but I'm sorry, like I remember watching some of the ones that are banned for racism and being like going back, I'm like, I remember this one, watching again, I'm like, yeah, this was really racist. So yeah, some of those things like Songs of the South, I think is one that it's like people like it's a big thing right now. Like they got rid of they redesigned Splash Mountain at Disneyland and Disney World, and people were outraged that they got rid of the Zippity Doodah thing. I'm like, yeah, but you remember the cute animals and the cute like the song Zippity Doodah is very 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 good song. That show is really, really, really racist, though. It's not appropriate. Let the Princess Frog, let the Princess Frog have that location, like have that ride. It works fine. Some things need to be updated. All right, I do need to get white carpet. Only thing, so I do need wool. But yeah, like I said, it's just like some things I'm like, you know what? It's better to just let it go. I'm gonna grab the brown wool too. But yeah, no, it's like, yes, I know that warehouse is full. There is a request for upgrade. Okay, so they're all gonna be in that other one. Okay, so yeah, I grew up in California. Like where I grew up, I was very lucky that I grew up in California, where it was like Disneyland was like a 30-minute drive. At most, it was like a 30-minute drive away. My family was well off enough that we would get year passes, so we could go on the weekends and stuff. I can tell you, like it is a lot of fun. Like, but it's one of those things like either you love Disneyland or you love Disney World, or you're not a fan. It can go either way, but like I said, I genuinely love the theme parks. All right. Grab the die. Oh my god, I am working on the housing, you whiny son of a biscuit. But yeah, like, yeah, no, I understand that one. Because like I said, growing up in California, there are some theme parks that are Six Flags. They have like, but there was the Six Flags Magic Mountain, are very much these oriented roller coaster oriented rides. I am not a huge fan. Like I said, with anxiety, like adrenaline, like I have no problem. Like adrenaline's great, it's fantastic. I can't turn mine off. So like roller coasters would generally lead to major anxiety attacks. I need shears. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So it's like, yeah, no, it's like I loved it. I also couldn't handle it very well. There's the shears. Oh, okay, and I do need to get those out at some point, but they doesn't need to be done now. I need more wool. But yeah, no. There's a lot of theme parks. Like I love the theme parks. Like I worked for my first job was working for a theme park in California called Knott's Berry Farm, and it was built as a kind of attraction that people could walk around. It was like the first part of that was built was a ghost town based off like the old West ghost town type of thing, and it was built during the Great Depression in the United States, because essentially the person who owned, like Walter Knott was the guy who owned, it was based on a berry farm, and his wife would make cheap chicken dinner meals for people, and people would line up down the blocks because like people didn't have, the Great Depression is pretty much what it sounds like. Everyone was starving, nobody had a lot of money, so they would make these cheap good meals, and so people were lining up around the block waiting hours to get into their little, what became like their little restaurant. So he built a little ghost town for people to wander around in. Yeah, oh no, I understand that. Michael Jackson, like I said, it is actually really cool when you find out like the celebrity has been to one of those locations like that. Like my sister also worked at Knott's Berry Farm, and because it is like it was the first theme park in the United States and in California, at least in California. My sister worked there as well, and she had a bunch of singers like actually come over and were just hanging out there. So it's really cool when you see like your small little theme park, like it's theme park small compared to like Disneyland, like these places like people like you think may have never heard of it, and then you find out, oh no, like you said, Michael Jackson's been there and they made his handprints there, that kind of thing. That's really cool. But yeah, like I said, this place had originally been designed as a basically you could walk around, and they had a little ghost town, like Western style town that they had there, and he built little cool things in it, and then it went from that, and they made different themes, made different sections, and then they added roller coaster and everything else, and it was awesome. And then when I started working there, the family had sold the farm, sold the park, kind of to keep it running, to another company that was more interested in doing. They were more interested in making, what's the word I'm looking for? Roller coaster rides. So it was starting to kind of phase out those bigger, those like the older parts of the park, which was very sad. Like I like some, and like I say, like if you don't like roller coaster stuff, Disneyland and Disney World are actually a lot better, because like some of their, with the exception of some of the newer rides, they're not very intense roller coaster stuff. Like I've not gone, what's the Tower of Terror? I think it's something to do with Guardians of the Galaxy now. You're gonna do your setups for Cayo Perico? My man! Go have fun with that. Those are awesome. Cayo Perico is, go make some money, man. I don't know if Mushy or Scar are on, but if you can take them with you, go for it. I don't know how you do what you gotta do, man. Glad you popped in though, Charizard. I'm gonna keep my for streaming purposes, because I'm streaming today. I'm just gonna be doing Minecraft. I might pop on later if the computer's holding up. Oof, yeah, I know. Animatronics are fantastic, but they are like, I can see why they would pull them out, because unfortunately nowadays animatronics, like I said, are great, but they don't hold up. Like they're 9, 12. They take, it's like they're very finicky. They take a lot of small pieces, and so it takes a lot. Like once they start getting really old, they start breaking down more often, and then it's hard to get the parts. There are a lot of businesses that, not businesses, but there's a lot of places that had that particular issue coming up that weren't able to get resolved because like there's some rides I remember being as a kid that were awesome that were like, yep, we don't make those they don't make the parts for that anymore, so we have to shut it down. Here, take those. Yeah, no, I can actually tell you one of the small parks that's no longer available, and why I appreciate small ones is that in California there was one that opened up specifically when the winter seasons started, and it was Santa's Village. It was literally like this family had they put in some stuff for very interesting rides, and it was like the North Pole's in California, and you can go visit Santa. And so like whenever it would snow on this mountainside, they would open it up and you can go to do the rides and everything else. But that was another one where it's Lisburg, by the way, kind of built up Big Hill. It was kind of built up, I'm assuming a big hill, yeah. Built on a hill, yeah. I was like to say, because it wasn't capitalized, I didn't think it was the name of a city. But yeah, no, I could see that. I might ask my friend about that and see, like I said, might be one of those things I might want to go visit if I ever get a chance to go to Sweden. Because I do enjoy a park that is not based off of roller coasters, but based off of various things. Like I said, Disneyland, that's one of the reasons why I like Disneyland, is like yeah, they have rides, but everything they have there built into these long rides is meant to entertain you. Like there's a story being told. It's in the second largest city, Gothenburg. Cool. Now, genuinely, that is always an awesome thing. Oh, I still need to make that colony flag. I need to get those white carpets. I need to get the flag. And actually, I don't think I can make the colony flag. Let me see. Right. And I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I don't have all the ingredients. No, I do have all the ingredients. Cool, I can make it. All right. So, yep. All right, so that's the last of the stuff that they're requiring for building. So I can actually run this to my second warehouse. Yeah, no. Theme parks, like I said, when they're genuinely, like, their roller coaster rides are fine. Like I said, my anxiety, I kind of reached my end of doing those kinds of rides very early on. Oh, I still have the apiary to put up. But I do appreciate like a good roller coaster, but for me, a theme park that like you can go in and like it's like you're sitting in that world of whatever it's based off of is so much more entertaining to me, because I think nobody likes to sit in a line, and especially like things like Disney know this, and they work that to their advantage of like, okay, cool, we know that people don't like this, right? So we're gonna do some things to keep people entertained, like the lines themselves, like their Star Wars ride. Like when you walk in, it's like, yeah, it's a long wait, but they had animatronic like C-3PO and R2 like sitting off the side, and they made this look like a spaceport where people were advertising vacations to these fantastic locations in the Star Wars universe. and you could like, yeah, it kept you busy. So if you had ADHD like I did, and you couldn't just sit in line and just think, you had something to look at. There was always something going on somewhere that you could like watch, and you were there long enough to see kind of things. You wouldn't be there quite long enough for it to loop back on you. And I love that. Like, and then when I got older, I found out about things like Disney has like hidden Mickeys. Like they would hide things around the park that like, this one's called although our Halloween, the park transforms to the scare. Oh yes. So yeah, that's very much like the theme park I used to work at. It's very much more roller coaster themed now, but they do a thing called Halloween Haunt, where when it basically comes into spooky season, some of the rides get transformations into scary versions of rides. Some parts they actually would put up Halloween mazes, and sections of the park were designated like monster roaming areas. So I have not gone to one of those in years. I've been dying to go back. They do a parody, a funny comic, dark humor show about the year, like the events of the year at the park, like kind of recapping the year, called The Hanging, where it was just like they would take something funny from that particular year's pop culture, and it would be hung, and various like. It never went the way you thought it would, because like a bunch of other things would come out. Like the big thing they had was like they were making a lot of Freddy versus Jason skits for the haunts when I was working there, because the Freddy versus Jason movies had come out, and like basically make tons of pop culture references. I have no idea what they do now. It's been so long. But I love Halloween is my favorite holiday. I happen to have been born near Halloween, so I always say that might be a factor in. It's just like it's the best holiday to have your birthday around, because like everything's if you don't like spooky themed things, you're out of luck, because that's all you get. Like I could tell you, like doing anything fun for like I wanted to do for my birthdays during that season, it was always Halloween themed, which is not bad. I like the Halloween stuff. I feel like I should be working on something. Not really anything I need to work on. They need paper, so I could work on that. But it's like, so it's like the Halloween's like, so, but it's like, if you like the Halloween stuff, you got to have your birthday. So you got cake, presents, candy, if you did piñatas or anything else like that, a party. And then for me, it was like a few days later, I got to dress up in an outfit, go out, get more candy, see more spooky stuff. Everyone decorated. It was a huge celebration. I loved Halloween, like for birthday. It's like versus like, people who are born around Christmas. It's like, it actually makes your birthday less fun, because like I remember how many, I know my family turned down a bunch of like Christmas, friends who had birthday parties and tried to do invitations to them. Yeah, you're not getting no one's coming to your party, because everyone's got stuff they're doing for the holidays. Nobody has like your parents really don't have like presents. Good luck. It was like one of those crazy things of like, yeah, no, you don't have as many options. I want, oh yeah, no, quartz. I don't have the quartz yet for that. Oh, I remember what I was coming back here for. I want that sugar cane. I'm gonna turn that into paper. Where is this? Stacks, they're right here. Yeah, no, I'll say the same thing. It's like, I mean, granted, holidays, I think some of the holidays in the US are overly commercialized. But which can be both good and bad. Like Christmas and Halloween, over commercialized, but people will do amazing things to their houses. So you get to see people like go full out and full ham on their homes, and make very cool looking setups. But like then you get things like like Easter, Halloween, like it's like everything becomes about spending money. But like I said, Halloween, I love Halloween. Like having my birthday near Halloween, I always wanted when I got older, I wanted Halloween themed presents. Like I would buy Halloween presents for myself when I had my first job. I was like, okay, I bought the full first the Nightmare on Elm Street series one year, and the next year I bought the full series of Friday the 13th. I love, like I said, I am not. I enjoy some scary movies now every once in a while, but man, as like partly because again I say it's like I have anxiety. Halloween's great for me because I can get the full terror experience off very not spooky things. Like you're like, that's not scary. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a scare that like is in my system for a second and then goes away. Oh yeah, no, I will say I love carving pumpkins. I am terrible at it. I kid you not, like I did a like my youngest, well he's now my oldest nephew, was like we ended up like I ended up helping him make his first like carving pumpkin. And I helped him with cutting it. But he wanted me to do the design. And everyone's like, "Oh, it's so nice of you to let him do the design himself." It's like, "Oh, they think this was designed by a 3-year-old. Nice." I was like, "Yeah, no, it's old school." Like, yeah, no, I love pumpkin carving is amazing. I will say that is definitely something I wish I would do more often. I miss decorating. But I was also like, it's also real. Like the way I want to do it is really expensive. Like growing up, the way we had a house behind our house, like we lived in that house behind it. My dad built a second house. So we had this very long driveway. And I always wanted to recreate kind of a version of the Nightmare on Elm Street boiler room, where they get some fake pipes and put them up on the wall of the house and the brick wall over here and have pipes coming in. And then have some smoke, like fog machines rolling with bright red lights, and just like have it like so like trick-or-treaters would have to go through this little pipeway to get to the house. And my dad was like, "Nobody sees our house anyway behind the place. You really like they're too scared to come like as it is. You really want to put another thing to scare them off?" Like, yes, I do. I've seen bits and pieces of Modern Family. I have not kept up on a lot of broadcast TV shows. Not for any other reasons. Just like I like my YouTube shows. I like some of the other shows I get on like streaming channels. And I have an ever-growing list of things I need to sit down and watch. One of the things I had considered doing for streaming is maybe doing reaction videos to things I hadn't watched yet. But I'm like, nah. All right, just taking a quick peek here. All right, so paper for the school, so the kids are getting an education, so they'll be smarter and be able to develop more. Everything else is currently working, except for I need wood stuff. Oh, you know what? I can put in more road work. I don't think it's a necessity at the moment, but it doesn't hurt. I want to finish the roads because the villagers will actually follow roads for a while, but underneath these are rail systems. And I love, like I say, one of the things is like you can eventually teach your villagers to use rails. Like they'll put their own little minecarts down and actually move faster. And so this particular system, infrastructure rails, actually I can show you. First off, I gotta cancel because sometimes it gets stuck. Infrastructure, rails, long rails. So this is what I have currently. So it doesn't look like much. I mean, and if I lift it up, just nothing but like what's supposed to be dirt underneath. But level 2, has literally a rail system. Like there's a system set up so that they can go underneath and ride the rail system to get around quickly. And so right now they're just roads, but eventually they're going to get leveled up. Some of them already have leveled up, but they'll level up to the second level and become structures. Rotate. down. All right, I put down a request to have someone build that. Yes, I know the warehouse is full. I've already put in a request to have it built out more. Oh, it's great talking to you too. Hopefully I'll be seeing you more again. I would love to have more conversations. But have a good rest of your day. Huge toenail, and see you next time. Actually, I might go take a quick break. I might turn the camera off so I can turn the light off because I'm starting to cook under the heat from the light. So I think I'll take a quick break, grab something to drink because I am getting thirsty, and make some adjustments. So I'll be right back, and I'll see you in just a moment. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, no, we got to close that window. It's locked. Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's about 82 degrees outside.
Yeah, definitely not. Hey, there we go. Hey, all right. Welcome back, everyone. So I'm gonna be pretty quick. I grabbed some delicious zero sugar Dr. Pepper and cream soda. Mostly because I need the caffeine. Let's see what's going on here. I just got a message I was wanting to check in on. So yeah, camera's going off right now because I want the lighting off. I want to keep everything running as smooth as possible. And it's also getting really warm with the lights on right now. The point where it's just like, I don't think it's just the room itself is actually starting to warm up. Because I was like, looked over on my thing. It's like, oh, it's only 76. I'm like, wait, hold on. My computer doesn't always update everything correctly. I click the link again. I'm like at it. It's like, oh no, it's 86. So it's not bad, but that means we're just getting into the sun being at the highest here. It's about 1. So it's a little toasty. And because it's a little toasty, it's going to get toastier. So I'm going to be, one of the reasons why I started just a tiny bit earlier today is one, I really missed streaming. I really wanted to get back into streaming. I haven't been able to stream most of the week because it was so freaking hot that I needed to be in my room. I had to have the fan on, and I tested it again to see if maybe I could get away with it. It's like, nope, the fan immediately gets picked up by the microphone. And you guys don't need to hear a jet engine from what it sounds like on the inside. But let's see. You're waiting on those things, which likely means that because you're not asking for it, means it's probably being delivered. Yep, right here. It's on the delivery cart. Currently, there are 3 builders. Let's see if anyone needs anything else. There's a 4th building being built, which I believe we'll check on. Felix. Okay, yeah, Felix is over this way. But yeah, my goals was to get that other building up, and I think there's enough of it up now that I might be able to. Yas. But this is Emmeline. I forgot Emmeline has passed. But I think
I'll take care of it.
all right.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I need. Okay, so yeah, he needs his hut to build deeper, which means I need to get level 3 stuff. I'm gonna need to build a portal at some point. All right, so let's go check out the level 3 hut here. Hi, Blaine.
Good to see you, mate.
You don't have any open requests at the moment. So you're getting supplies. Okay, you're working the railroad stuff, which means probably I think we might have enough. Let me see. Was it just the sign? Yeah, so that's almost up. So yeah, I have enough space, I think, to put down the other building, which was, quick peek back over. Yep, Sheep's thing, and then we didn't have quite enough room at the time. Do now, put down the apiary. Husbandry? Okay, I mean, technically correct. And I up on the edge of the water. I need to see exactly where this needs to be built. Level 5. Measure twice, cut once. Yes, the warehouse is full. I keep telling you, there's not a thing I can do about it right now. Everyone else needs to finish their building. All right, they need sugar, which is something I can get. First, build. All right. Okay, so yeah, this is still being worked on. This is... Start putting in the requests for the level 2 building. Okay. Right, and build options. Yeah, so it's going to keep telling me that there's not anyone nearby. That's why I was waiting on those ones. That's why I built the building. Okay. Yeah, she needs fertilizer, but that's because... What I need to do is also make sure there's constantly a stack Minimum stocks. Seed. 1 stack minimum of wheat seeds over here, so they never run low. Stack of carrots. 1 stack of potatoes. So those will constantly always be available. Inventory. Is there a second? Oh, they're all over here. Okay. But yeah, I want to make sure that those are constantly available. So she will constantly work on that. And then I'm going to tell the composter to be able to take the wheat seeds and use those to make more compost. That's the plantation. There's the composter. Oh, cool. You are making compost. Let me see. Settings, off, items to compost, wheat seeds. Oh, they're already on. Okay, cool. So she's gonna keep working. All right, so far, so good. These are going to be, this has cactuses and bamboo. Yep. We don't need those things right now. I don't think we need cactuses growing. Just want more sugar cane. Feels like nobody's working. So I'm going to double back real quick because it's the weirdest thing to have people not working and not knowing why. Okay, he's got deliveries needing to be made. The only thing I can think of, and I'm hoping is not the case, I need to go check by the hospital. The only thing I can think of that might be slowing them down is if the couriers are sick. Stone smelters sick, but not the couriers. Thank God. So what's up with the couriers? What are they working on? No one's over here. So let's check out. I think I might need to go to the warehouse and clear out a bunch of stuff. That might be the problem, is that they're backed up, like because that thing is full, they are backed up and they're not doing their job because they're basically waiting for stuff to be deposited. Yeah, they are just stuck there. So I think the smart play is first I'm going to take all this and just dump it into here. And we're going to take the rest of this. No. There. Yep, it's because they were full and they didn't have anywhere else to put it. Now that should fix their issues. So they'll start. Yeah, they're working. Okay. So things should start working, start moving again, and then we're gonna just transfer over the stuff over here. Oh wait. Wait, no. I still don't have the supplies, I don't think, but I gotta double check that. Something completely different. 1 second. Ooh, I had to sneeze. Oh. Alright, clay ball, dirt, cobblestone, coal. extra. Everything else can stay in here. I need to figure out. I need to get an alchemist. That's what I really need to do, is get an alchemist running around. This building needs to get to level 3, but I need to get quartz for that. I'm gonna need to make trips to the nether again. I don't like the nether. Very least I might be using RTF tools to make the job easier. Oh, university, that's what I was going for. I was needing, for what I was needing on here, we had the book, the paper, oh, and the lapis. That's what I was needing. I need lapis. So I can put in the request for the building. For the enchanter building, if I haven't done it already. I should also really be doing right now is starting to get some stuff ready to do enchantment work. Pretty sure. But about that in a second. First off, let's eat first, and then we're going to this location. Let's see, anything else requested? He wants smeltables, which is not a thing I can work on right now. But now that everything's cleared up, 0 of 2 research in progress, which means either I've already done the research, which I have not. I can do it now, though. Technology. Oh, it's locked until Enchanter level 3 is done. God dang it. Now that's the other thing, is I need to get silk. Okay, so we are still waiting on those, but now I still have these available. I should see about making some more bookshelves, and then make my own little enchanting nook. Because that's what I need to do, is I need to start working towards making silk touch materials. Because I make a silk touch thing, I can get a bunch of materials I need, because I remember now what I needed before. I need to get a silk touch shovel to get the myosin to make the level 3 building. And then if I make a pickaxe with silk touch as well, that gives me access to some more things. First and foremost, we're gonna get some leather. Maybe not that. Nope. Okay. Books. 11 bookshelves. Nope. Alright, so I'm not working on that for now. We need to... It's 10:30, so everyone needs to... It's going to be heading to bed. Although I don't need... It's not as big of a priority rush for me to get to sleep now, because I made sure that all the lights are up, so there's no spawn points for any jerks. But that's done. All right, let's use we got available. I know we have paper. If we have more leather, which we should, because we should have the cow farm running. Should be trimming stuff down pretty aggressively. Inventory, let's see, leather. Yep, 57 leather. stacks and stacks of paper. We already knew that. Leather. Okay. I think I'm gonna need to put in a request. Pretzel rocks to get ignored. Well, not ignored. I actually don't need to turn that. Leather. Might leave the paper because it's about time to do another harvesting of a sugar cane. Most of them are level 2 or 3. All right. My throat a little bit of a rest. Wow, I did a lot of talking today. We're just going to quickly pop that back down. Second sweep, just third sweep, because I need to make sure I got all this sugar cane. I want every bit of it, because I'm going to turn it into paper and I'm going to turn it into sugar. But I need the paper. Right, so let's make the paper, and then we can make a bunch of books, and we can make bookshelves. And I can make... Alright. Paper. I think it was just that simple as that. Yep. 35 books. Let's grab some wood. It's what, like a line of boom, boom, boom. Yep. Just 11, but there were more bookshelves. All right, and then I need diamond. Obsidian. I know that I used... All right. Obsidian, and then I just need to make an enchanter's table. Oh, I thought I got 2 diamonds. I guess I only picked up 1. Alright, there we go. Now I can do it. Bam. And for now, I just need a location to set up at. I believe 15 is the only amount I need. Oh. one's not going to get any juice. It's 10. That's like, yeah, 6, 10, 14, 15? Might not be. And we got a book. Smite, lure, unbreaking. Okay. Efficiency, efficiency. Yeah, I need to get level 30 now, but yeah, this is... We're all set. Okay, and we're... Hey, the builder's hut's finished. Fantastic. Good job, Yas. Which means someone will be able to take that one. Blaine has finished the long rail as well. Nice. Okay. They'll be working on that one. Blaine needs a new axe. Should be being delivered. And yeah, he's going to work on builder's hut level 2. Yes. What was Felix working on? I think Felix was supposed to be working on the house. Oh! Felix is now working on that. Okay, Felix then finished something, didn't he? Oh, Felix, yeah, the residence. Okay, cool. So that residence is complete. I think we started putting in requests to have them wait because we were getting slammed with requests. I think we got a new... I think we can get away with building... Upgrade these to level 3 now. At this point, I need more residents. I need more people working. Builder's hut. He's almost done already. We don't need a... Yeah, this is going to be... The level 3 is like, I can't even start on that one because that needs end materials. Okay. This is the level 3 house. I freaking love that. Actually, I don't think I've ever actually walked in and seen this thing, or at least it's been a long time. God, I love that. Look at this. And upstairs, there's a little balcony, and then there's separate rooms. And, oh, I did put, so yeah, that's the one I put in, I think that was the one I put a request in before. If not, then it is... already been requested. It's getting about that time to start really working with people. Yep, okay. So the new houses have been requested. Anyone need? Okay. Yas needs white paper frames. So Yas is, I think, working on, I think I saw that he was working on the residence. See on here. Started working the long road. Excuse me. Finished the residence. Yas is working on the new residence. Felix is working on the builder's hut. Okay, so we're gonna need paper extra, and we need dark oak. Yeah, dark oak. Oak trapdoors. But I think a lot of this stuff is going to also be able to be picked up. I need to put in some requests to move stuff. But I will grab the dark oak and I'll grab the papers extra, and then we're gonna go swing on by Yas's. See exactly what he needs for the paper builds. I didn't think there was any paper extra here, but I just wanted to double check. Nope. But we do know there's dark oak here. Hey, where'd it go? There you go. Get back here. So, quest pickup now. What? I don't recall I put in a request for repair. Oh, I did put in a request for repair because I had messed up the building a little bit, trying to get my horse out. Okay, and I'm gonna put another request over here. What I want is for the builders' huts to get cleaned out because there's a lot of extra stuff floating in there. And I'm pretty sure the reason why I'm getting requests for specifically these, because I'm pretty sure I made them already, is I may have gave them all to Felix. I am going to need extra. I want to make sure I don't make so many extra that it ends up being clunky stored. Over storage. And sort. Now, what I need now is to go get the paper for me. Might have to stop early because it's starting to get really warm. I am starting to sweat. I want to get some more done. It was a very fun day. It was very not productive video game wise, but it was nice talking with people. And I always appreciate being able to talk to people who come into my chat. I want to feel like I've done a little bit more. We're not going to mess with that. How about sugar cane? Well, we just got regular sugar. That's not a worry. And we're gonna go head up. Oh, actually, we're gonna hit up because Felix, we already got his stuff. He's already putting in for the builder's hut. I think this was the repair, maybe. Not sure. I need to start getting this ready for level 3. I had to stall a little bit, running out of supplies. Oh, but yes, boom. Technically speaking, now this will tell me exactly what is needed for these paper ones. And we can swing back over here and check his inventory real quick and see if those happen to be available here. Nope, there's nothing in here. He is clean. He's been cleaned out.
Tis a fine afternoon.
Perfect timing, Darren. So yeah, he actually needs all these things. So he requested first oak trapdoors. Well, that's fine. And the rectangles. Does he only need 18? He needs 64. So before perfectly. and he's not requesting anything else at the moment besides the oak truck doors. All right. Let's go grab the wood, and then we're gonna make a couple trapdoors, and we'll just toss them. How many trapdoors does he actually need? Let's see. Oak trapdoors, he needs 3 overall, so not the worst thing. All right. I think the easier thing to do. Okay, he's done repairing. Yep. Okay, oak. Fantastic. I think, yeah, it would be in here. There we go. Oh, before you go, take those 2. All right. Are we really out of picks as well? Picks and axes, so actually we shouldn't be. Maybe they burned through them. Regular axes they are out of. Stone pickaxe. Let's see, actually. Iron. Oh, actually, we got quite a bit of iron now, too. So I can actually make a couple of pickaxes. It's like 2 axes. And a pickaxe. That stays in here, that goes there. Alright, now Yas is requesting these other things. Alright, that's left down. $14.42. Alright, I need to grab that. I need to grab another stack of paper. $14.42. Those. $14.42, right? Yeah, 14 and then 42. This town is coming up. These are all levels. Most of the beginning buildings are almost level 3. Some of these are level 4. And that's the one he's working on. Oh, I overshot what I was looking for. Okay. First it was 14. $42. And we'll drop these off directly to yes. And we'll toss those in there too. Okay, and then we need another colony banger for Felix. Phoenix and polished diorite. Alright, now Felix is, what is Felix working on? Oh, he's upgrading this one. Okay, cool. So he needs the polished diorite. Easily gotten. I can make that pretty quick. Colony flag and polished diorite. Yes, you shouldn't need. All right. As simple as. Yep. Oh. And then a colony banner. Do I still have wool on me? I can get wool. Yep, look at that. It's wrong side. There we go. I'll make a few more. All right. And perhaps make the wrong ones. I thought I gave. Yes, those. Let me. Make a mistake. Sides. Oh, maybe I did make a mistake. Okay, I actually do need to make 42 of the other things. I think I made the wrong one. Yep, I made the wrong ones. That's what I did. Okay. Center frame. There we go. So I'll get him back to work. And we'll have to make more eventually as well, but at the very least right now. Hi, yes. With respect, get back to work. And that. Lane is digging. Felix, what's stopping? Okay, your things are being delivered. Okay. Which means the warehouse is... How much of the warehouse is done? He's only got 7% done. Okay, so we need... Probably gonna need more racks. Light gray carpet. Racks, light gray carpets. Lanterns, maybe. Okay, so we're gonna need carpets first. And we're gonna need to make white dye, black dye. Gray dye, black dye, and there should be some bone meal in here too. Let's see white dye. Bone. Oh, I went right past it. How many carpets was he gonna... What, like 12? Which is not gonna help. Okay, so... Alright, so yeah, he needs 7 light gray carpets at the moment, and I need racks. I need to see if there's any racks. Probably not. To make them. Yep. Nuggets. Those. Then we're just gonna swing by over here because I know there's more white dye. Get a lot of white dye. And we're gonna see if we can find carpet stuff. There's that. If there's any extra wool I can here. Nope, not really. So I'm gonna have to make do with what I got. It's enough to start. Here. Goes in there. Go run that. I'm gonna need to make some lanterns too. Yeah, so we're gonna need to... Alright. Just to do it that way. Alright, we've got 20 racks. Go run those. I need to find torches. We're gonna make a ton of lanterns, which I think was just, yeah, pretty straightforward. Okay. Now 19 lanterns. This can paper can go back. Hold on to that because we'll projects that can go away, and this can be all right. I need to make some spruce stairs and spruce trapdoors. There's no spruce in this one. Oh, spruce. That's right. It's getting warm. My brain's cooking a little bit. I'm starting to space out. Acacia jungle spruce. All right. We're gonna make exactly what Yas needs. Go directly to Yas, and we're gonna check. Does you actually need just 6 spruce stairs? You need. Okay, you need the planks, which here, you got those. Spruce stairs. You do need 6 and 1 spruce trapdoor. And I literally gave you all my spruce. So I need to actually need to get spruce logs, break those down, and what color should you make your car? Let your conscience be your guide, man. You are asking the wrong person that question, because I think it's whatever. I'm partial to green. Whatever color you want your car to be, make it that color. Pick your favorite color, man. All right. Spruce. All right, spruce logs. I feel like I need to put some more spruce seeds down. Which, hey, look, I'm in the right area for that too. Spruce. Oak, 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 spruce. There we go. First, let me take that stack. You do need just 6 stairs and 1 oak door. Wrong inventory. That's the one I want. Okay. Okay, so that should be the requirements needed. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Still need to get this guy to level 3, but that involves getting nether stuff. That's a thought I hadn't considered. I've gone pretty far out. The only thing is he's waiting on the last bits of things he needs. He's not made any big requests either, so I think his stuff's just being delivered. And he's working in the warehouse. He's the only thing left he has left is the lanterns, and those are being delivered. Oh. Yeah, if that's the only thing he's needing delivered. He's only used 63% of the items, so it looks like. But that's 63 is like the stuff that was left is the lanterns down here. So those are delivered. He's good to go. And those are almost ready for harvesting too. Hey Sawyer.
Tis a fine afternoon.
I know you have a long walk, and I'm sorry for that, sir. I might be able to make your walk a little easier. Manage housing. Hi, Landry. You... Sawyer, congratulations. This is Mason and Sawyer. You are now homeowners here, so it's a little bit easier there. Oh, and the whole point of me pulling these was that I'm going to be able to tell the woodcutter is going to be able to start harvesting spruce. Shouldn't need more than that. And I can gather potsil if I need. Let's see about if I need to make any more prismarine. If I get another prismarine block, I think I can get another builder to level 4. Alright, he's finishing. Okay. Spruce planks, and he needs 8. Yas needs 18 of those. Wrong inventory. There we go. How many white paper extra? And how do I make white paper extra? Oh, just white dye and okay, paper. So they're all over here. Hey, Blaine, you finished the long railroad. Good for you, buddy. Uh, 34. All right. so we got that. We got the spruce. And how many was he asking for? 18? Oh. I think what we'll do is we'll have them finish up that other house. And I think we'll call it there because we've been streaming for about 3.5 hours. It's getting pretty warm. I'm getting pretty tired. And my back's hurting from setting up that boom mic yesterday. But it's so nice to have that. So now you guys aren't down on my desk. You guys are up in the air, just chilling. All right. And it was white paper extra for the center, spruce for the planks. Yep. It is something special to kind of see the buildings going up the way they do. Eden needs an axe now. God damn. All right. Three more axes. Story. There's the stay. These. Okay. I'll put that. Gas needs white carpet now. In the game. Wool. I'm not losing my mind, right? I did put the request. Oh, it's upstairs. There's a secondary. I forgot. Oh, shoot. I didn't realize, I thought I hit the mute button. Apparently I did not. Ow. Why are you telling, oh, because you're still level 2, so you can't have that. You have to have a stone axe. God bless it. Alright. Make a couple. Upside though, we can finish, do what, 3? All colonists tucked into bed. Oh. And we're gonna go the shortest route, which is not to go upstairs. Actually, it probably wouldn't. Yeah, no, it would have been longer. We can just go right over here to the doctor's house. We'll just go sleep here. Funny, that bed doesn't look occupied. Maybe someone's sick in there now. I don't know. But now we just need to make, looks like, was it legs? 1, 2, 3 leggings. So I grabbed the wood because, wow, look at that. Wooden leggings. That's why I like mods. Now, I'm just tell no. Back. 3 leggings will go to the people who need those. 2 chest plates and a helmet. Oh, that's right. We have a little more space. We have a little more space now to wiggle with.
So what can I do for you?
Alright, let's empty out my inventory of the extra stuff I have here. There we go. Hey, Penny, what's up? Hey, oh, huh? Alright, warehouse is finished. Warehouse has way more space open now, so they should stop complaining about that for at least a little bit longer. Good job, Felix. Look at that. Level 4. I don't think I can get... Well, I know I can't get any higher right now. Alright, so... all that's left is sugar and smeltable ores. Sugar is not a hard thing to do that now. Got the warehouse done. Alright, just want to do a triple check now, make sure I got all the sugar cane. Nope, I missed one. I think I missed that one twice now. Alright. And 1 stack of sugar. Smeltables I can't do anything about. Well, I mean, I could, but I don't need to do anything about it right now. I'm absolutely I'm just happy that he did do something about it. Alright, and actually we can just go deliver this to the bakery, I'm pretty sure, just on its own. I'm pretty sure that's the one I put the minimum amount of sugar being here so that he doesn't run out of stuff for making cakes. Oh. What is Felix working on, actually? I didn't see what he had moved on to. Really? Oh, he finished the warehouse. Oh, Felix. Okay, yeah, Felix is working on the other house now. But we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here because I am getting tired. I'm getting hot. It is warm here, and I'm gonna turn this light on just for better lighting. So just kind of going through some things. So we got a bit done on the city. Not any other than the apiary. Not really any other buildings went up. Sad to say, unfortunately. I forgot to change it from that to just chatting to Minecraft. I'm still getting used to this. I'm working on things. As I mentioned, I've got a lot of things coming for this. I have got switchboard coming to help me with remembering to switch things up, change things over. I'm looking forward to getting that set up very much so. Sound systems, all that fun stuff is going to be all part of this here. I'm getting another Dr. Pepper and cream soda, zero sugar, because it's warm. New camera, new setup, new everything really. And that's going to be happening. There's kind of in the last week of Big Red's retirement. So we're going to be taking it easy on her. But for now, I hope you've had a great day. Thank you so much for sticking around. Stream's going to be a little sporadic here and there. It's probably going to be a lot of, we're just going to be doing a lot of, you know, conversations, a lot of Minecraft. But I want to try and get, at the very least, I want to get the back borders closed up. One of the last things I think we'll do, I'm very tempted at the end of it to make a big old thing of dynamite and just blow everything up for the final part of this, the night beforehand for the stream. But I also want to try and keep this too. I'm still seeing about maybe porting it over eventually, but for now, we got lots of good things in store. I've got lots of new games for us to enjoy for the following things. Lots of things for the retros. Lots of new games I haven't played before. Things that are gonna be fantastic. And I am super happy and looking forward to that. But let me go ahead and finish off. You guys have a great evening. Remember, someone out there thinks you're special. Someone out there cares about you. You are someone's favorite person. And someone looks up to you. So make sure that you are trying to be your very best you can. If you're not able to, that's fine as well. But take care of yourselves.